Hello everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello
Hello out there.
and welcome to another episode of the Role Players.
Hi.
Yes. You can't tell, but we are actually super excited to play tonight. I have been like so excited all day long. I'm trying to work, but all I could think about was Role Players. So
oh my gosh,
it's so good to see you all. It's so good to see you all out there. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, we're a couple of minutes late. We had some technical Zoom issues, but we are back and running. And yeah, and ching, there you go. So I'm Judd, your Dungeon Master. Thank you for joining us to play a little Dungeons and Dragons. And these are my wonderful, wonderful players. They're crazy players tonight. Say hello, everyone.
Hi.
hello.
What's going on?
Yes, well, a couple
Happy
quick
Monday.
announcements before we jump in. I want to remind everybody about our huge giveaway. We've had a great response. I know we've had 60 or 70 people have entered. Make sure to jump on that. We have 3 big prizes going to one person. $100 gift certificate to Dwarven Forge, $100 gift certificate to D&D Beyond online content, $100 to Level Up Dice. They make sweet, sweet, sweet dice, including the dice that I roll on the show. You're also getting a hand-painted mini by our Peter Kinney / Seville Ranta, and a subscription to our channel. So jump on there, check out Twitter, Instagram, find the links, get on, do all the things, get all the points. And if you haven't, please hop over to our YouTube channel and hit that little subscribe button. We are rapidly approaching 100 and we get our dedicated channel name, and I'm super pumped about that. And so thank you everyone who has done that since last time. Thank you to all of our new followers and subscribers. You all are amazing and we love you. Let's see. Okay, so anybody have anything else you want to throw in there before we jump in?
Oh yes, I have 2 really fun announcements. The first one is you guys have to get yourself over to Maddie Bryan's IG account because Maddie, I'm very sorry to tell you this, but there's a guy on this that Maddie kind of likes filming, I guess. All right, I came across it. I was snooping on her IG. I came across this dude, handsome dude in a white tank top, cooking
I see where
meatballs.
I see where this is
Cooking
going.
meatballs. I
Uh-huh.
watched this
Oh.
guy. This guy Dino.
Wait, who is
His name
this
is
guy?
Dino.
This
Yeah,
guy,
Dino.
Dino. I don't know why Maddie's got him on the IG, but everybody here needs to go to her. Not, of course, after the show. You
Do
got
that
to
right
watch
now.
this guy, Dino, cook meatballs. And then this gorgeous lass comes in, and they
Oh,
have
yeah.
this moment. It's hilarious. You guys got to watch this.
It
It's
is-
my favorite.
It is so
video
good.
right
I think
now.
I forgot to tell you too that is so amazing. It was
I
like a
wanna quote-
throwback from a year
So-
ago, right?
Yeah, I want to quote Dino
from
right
like
now, but
20, maybe 16. It's pretty. It's
Oh
kinda
wow,
old.
okay.
okay,
Yeah.
it's epic. It's funny. I want to quote Dino right now, but I don't know if I can drop some f bombs of cooking and stuff. But listen, you guys got to go watch it. It's my favorite thing right now. And it just gets funnier the more I
That's
watch it. So
hilarious.
boom, you got to go see Dino
Oh,
cook some
thanks, man.
meatballs.
Thank you
Sweet.
so much.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Just
It
be
is.
very careful not to actually follow his recipe because it would be really bad.
Right. But it's legit and it's so funny. I promise you. I won't leave
It
you.
is
Yeah,
pretty
and
awesome.
maybe don't watch
Thanks,
it
man.
around if you have kids. It's
Kids,
not
no,
safe
you-
for work.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nothing I want to watch is really good for kids. No.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
The
Okay.
second. Okay.
A
So
little-
you guys got to
little
watch.
insight
Wait,
into-
that sounded real, except for bunnies. Bunnies.
That's okay. You can look at porn. It's fine.
I
Um,
did.
Yeah. why not?
I went dark fast.
That sure
Escalated
did.
very quickly.
We're just kidding. We're just kidding.
We're
gonna
coming in
crazy
hot
Yep.
tonight,
We
everybody.
sure are.
Coming in
We
hot.
sure are.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are
right.
just
The opinions
Second-
on this show
Second
do not express.
quick announcement.
Oh, what do you
Yeah,
got?
yeah. Okay.
All right. It's raise a glass to
Hmm.
the one and only, our beloved Azar,
Oh.
for it was her birthday on
Oh.
Saturday.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You.
Birthday is
Ba-ba-ba.
Oh.
Happy birthday
I
to
w-
you. Happy
It's not creepy.
birthday.
Oh, we would have had a cake for you if we were
Azar.
actually in person, but
Right.
virtual cake of love.
Well
Aw,
done.
Birthday.
Love you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
I just want to applaud Marilyn Monroe right there. That was
I
Wow.
know.
That's
It's like,
amazing.
wow. What more could
Yeah.
Thank you,
a
Mr.
woman
President.
want?
I got goosebumps. All right. So yes,
Yeah.
happy birthday. Lars.
Yes,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
definitely.
Thank you.
Happy,
Aw,
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that might be. Oh, Jamie will not be joining us in chat as normal tonight.
quit.
She's okay. She's off with some family, but it's all good. So, but of course, we have our beloved Mike, who is in there hanging out and keeping you all entertained as we have a blast
also-
up here.
Who also had a
Who-
birthday, if I'm not mistaken, on May 5th or
Uh,
ish.
Yes. you did,
Yes.
May 5th.
So happy birthday.
That's right. Cinco de Mayo.
Celebrate.
Yes.
Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike.
All right.
Yay.
And I don't mean this to any of the audience, but Mike will get this. This one's for you, Mike. It's called the Fucka Shaka. All right.
Okay.
Inside
He
joke.
knows this.
Yeah.
Hey, he did it as a
Wow.
baby, so I'm just giving it to him. That's what it's called.
Cool.
That's what his family called. Mike, back
Okay.
me up here on chat.
All right.
Yeah, on chat.
All right. Well, without further ado, and before we take this in the wrong direction, let's jump into our
Too late.
beautiful,
Way too late.
beautiful intro.
Wait, one more. Happy
No,
Mother's Day. Hi,
and-
Mom. Hi, Mom. Happy
Aw.
Mother's
Oh
Day.
yeah, happy Mother's Day
Aw.
to all the mothers
Happy
out
Mother's
there.
Day.
Aw.
Wow. I mean,
Aw.
seriously, cheers to all the mothers, especially during quarantine. May you
Cheers.
keep
Please
your
those that are
sanity
watching
about
the
you.
show.
Yeah, no, getting
Yeah,
the kids
Don't,
down.
don't
we
kill
get
your
it.
kids.
Whether you kids are human or fuzzy, happy Mother's Day. Love you all. All right. Without further ado, we're jumping into our intro. We'll be right back to play some Dungeons and Dragons. And here we go.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story about a time that me and my friends found a new world. It started on a ship, brought together by a storm. We traveled through the rift to a new world beyond. We were thrown into shackles, we were hunted down by thieves, but we'll never let it stop us from sailing up Nacrally, for we are the
Guys, we need a
The
damn name.
Quarantinos.
We
Yeah.
need a
You know,
name.
take
Let's
your
just go
time.
assassinators.
This is
Let's go
only the
assassinators.
29th episode. Maybe around like 60 or 80. You guys can come up with
Yeah,
a
that
name.
You
feels
know,
like a
it's
good
actually
time.
kind of
Mm,
that.
I mean, you don't want to rush it.
We've got to be
Don't
getting
wanna
close
rush
to some kind of a record of like how many episodes
With
can
no
you
name.
do before you decide on a name. I mean, we could really be onto something here.
Yeah.
Good.
Like people who wait
We're like
until the
Prince.
baby's arrived to have a name, there is
Yeah.
a limit to when it's no longer
Right.
appropriate.
At some
to not have a
point,
name.
Yeah.
you need a fucking name.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
we're kind of past that point if we're using the baby analogy, but
No. You know, it comes out organically. You know, you all tried to kind of like brainstorm and kind of force it, but honestly, I think the best names come up organically. Something crazy
Yeah.
will happen, and boom, you'll have your name instantly.
Yeah.
So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. So, all right, everyone. Well, bringing us back in to last week in Anacrally. If I can remind you, we started the episode where we left the one before that with Dagmara standing over her beloved Tevin, having knocked him to the ground and speaking in a very different accent and a different voice. You all intervened, managed to snap her out of whatever she was dealing with, just in time for Seville to spot a giant drake, an ice drake, coming down the cliff wall over you. And his quick thinking, he launched a mind blast at it, knocked it off the wall, took a bunch of hit points off of it, and instead of running, as I fully predicted in my notes, turned to face it and fight this thing, and managed to defeat it, actually, while Dagmara insisted that you try to leave it alive. Unfortunately, Seville, fearing for his life and everybody else's, ended the beast quickly and with the, of course, team effort, managed to defeat it, move on, make your way back to Luknor, back to Dagmara and Tevin's little place above the blacksmith in the town of Luknor, and learned a little bit more about your new companion, that she has quite a dark past and potentially some dragon interference or influence, I should say, in her genetic coding that she's dealing with. And as you all discussed what to do next, do you wake the town? Seville just thought, I want to go back to the Makutha city and look for more clues. Tevin went out briefly and then came back in, scaring you all, thinking he was a zombie, but turned around and presented you with a cask of ale. And as the cheers went up at seeing this and the roaring fire in the background, that's where we find you tonight. So, what would you all like to do?
So it's still the night of, is that right, you said? Or
It's
is
still the night of. And going back in my notes, I think it's closer to about midnight. I think I'd said it was later in the night, but I think it's around midnight right now.
Did I already go to sleep? Am I
You
right?
started to curl up, yes, under your frost giant skin blanket.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure I started to put my feet towards the fire.
You did take your
And
boots
rest.
off. I think you were, hoping that you'd get a foot rub in there, but I'm not
Oh,
sure
yeah.
anybody jumped on that.
There was
I
a
know
lot
they
of talk
smelled.
of it.
They smelled. They were too smelly. So then I realized that and then just discreetly. covered
Nobody
them
wants
again.
that.
I
Nobody
think
wants
I think Otto is still awake by now. He looks tired. He's probably yawning, but he's staying awake and he's deep in his sort of study, looking over some of the books that he has in his backpack. Maybe one in particular.
And you're all having a bit of a heated conversation as you're trying to figure out what to do with this town. Do you wake the inhabitants? Again, it's about 300 people here in Luknor, or somewhere between 280 and 300. Will it trigger the necromancers to know they're no longer under control? Do you march the whole city away? What do you do? And Seville, again, asking to go back to Makutha. So you are definitely weary, bones aching. You've just been through a hell of a day. You're tired. Geisel and Hierta are still with you. They're kind of keeping quiet in the corner, and he's just looking over his sister, so relieved to be reunited after all that time. So,
Otto,
go ahead.
do you still wish you'd woken everybody up?
Yes.
Really? Knowing everything that Dagmara suffered, knowing everything she's gone through, do you truly believe she's happier now?
Well, I think it's everyone's, right to know the truth, be it happy, sad, or somewhere in between.
And Dagmara is kind of leaning back, sitting in this armchair with Tevin, just finally resting after this long time, these long months of him being gone, just really taking in the presence of the fact that they're together again, and just kind of looking back at him and asking, Tevin, my love, what do you think?
Well, I think first I'm going to have an ale, because it's been a hell of a month. So he reaches over and he starts pouring ales for everybody and passing them around. And once he gets his and you all have yours, to my rescuers. Cheers, all.
And
And
you
Cheers.
just
sloshes
hear
some and
Tabitha
just-
softly snoring.
he kind of gives a little bump on Tabitha's curled up frame.
We'll pour one out for you, our
he-
homie.
There you go. He pounds his, refills it. Honestly, I don't know what to do. I've been thinking about it. We can't leave them in this zombie state. I don't know how many people have been taking him, 10, 20. They've lost people. They're going to keep taking us. I don't know how long it takes for this thing to kick in. I don't want us to forget again. I mean, I want to run down and figure out, you know, what's doing this and stop it. I mean,
Well-
but I think if we do that, we got to move everybody. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Exactly. Even if freeing their minds would alert the necromancers who have placed this curse on them that someone has lifted the curse. Even if they knew that, if we freed the town and re-established ourselves somewhere else, I don't think that would be such a bad thing.
And I just turn to Tevin and I say, my love, if that's what you think, I cannot argue with you because you've been right in so many occasions. I do think there is a danger, but I trust you, and I think that's a good decision.
Are there
Really?
any?
Go ahead.
Are there any neighboring towns, big or small, that come to mind that we could essentially,
I mean,
integrate ourselves into?
there are hamlets here and there in various directions, but any major town would be probably closest to the south, near the swamps. Pelki, probably the closest, and in that moment, you hear Geisel turns. That's where we're going. We're going back to Pelki. Well, Pelki to start.
That's where you're from.
Well, we're from deeper in the swamp, but it's we're from Berakag, but that's a longer trek. But Pelki is safe enough.
And
How
you
far
know,
is it from here to Helki?
Pelki,
Pelki, sorry.
probably about 100 miles, I think.
100 miles.
maybe
So with
Pretty-
150 inhabitants, you want Otto, Dagmara, Tevin, you want to march 150 barely conscious human beings 100 miles under cover and somehow think that we could do that? The five of
Well-
us. I don't mean to sound rude. I'm being pragmatic, but
Well, I'll jump in and say everybody in this town is quite capable. This is not an easy place to live. I bet you, even with this news, some will not leave. But
have you
Yes.
horses and carriages and wagons and things of that nature?
there are horses, some. I mean, obviously not, 300.
Oh, sure.
Yes,
we have
indeed.
we have a handful. We have a carriage. We could put the women and children for the most part, although a lot of our women are some of the toughest around.
And besides,
Dagmar
We
is an
see.
example.
imagine this, Ariset. They would not just be marching mindlessly through the wilds.
Yes.
They would be escorted expertly by us.
And they're not
Not only-
zombies anyway. They
In many occasions, I think they could be our god. Tevin is right. You should see the women around here. I kind of wink.
yeah, I mean, we have a lot
Oh.
of fierce hunters and I mean, we have they could do it. They could do it.
No,
So you
no,
want
you
to
don't.
turn them into our army.
Oh, well, that's a different matter entirely. But,
Oh.
if you want them to become part of your army, you might want to consider helping them first. So that is why I think we owe them this chance to know the truth and to make sure that they're seen safely to a new start, a fresh start.
Tevin pounds his second ale, goes for his third. Look, we can't leave them without knowing. We can't. It's cruel.
I agree.
And
I thought we should go back into the city and discover everything else that there was to be discovered, but I think that might be a lost cause. I think it's time to vacate this place.
In
Yes.
Seville,
Yes.
do you intend to go back and infiltrate the city still?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. And I just need to ask for some aid from all of you, which I would love all of you to come back with me. But there's the people of this town to deal with, and we have that technology or whatever is buried at the center of this town or somewhere on the outskirts that is controlling their minds. that needs to be dug up and destroyed.
Do we have any idea where that could be?
I heard that there's something buried in the center of town. That's all I know.
So
And,
maybe. Go ahead, Geisel.
D-
Yes.
Dagmara, you know, and Tevin knows that the center of town there's a statue of the town's founder, Kello, and it's it's a nice statue and it's raised up on a bit of a kind of plinth or platform in the middle of town.
You know, I'm beginning to see a vision here. The bards will sing songs of the day that Ashley was liberated, was freed, where after the vile curse was lifted from their minds, they all dug together in the center of the city to destroy this vile artifact before they traveled onward to start anew. You know, this is really quite the tale.
If it goes well, yes. Oh, absolutely.
Well,
You're counting on the minds of men. You know
The
how unpredictable
liberation
they are?
of Lukenor.
Fickle?
There we go, Otto.
the liberation of Lukenor has a ring to it, and certainly Araset. Things are left to the minds of men. I won't fight you there, but it's the hand we've been dealt after all. We might as well try to play a bit of good cards with it now.
Very risky.
Well,
And you, Seville,
Aye.
you think you want to go back into the city, what? Under cover of night while we rest?
I need some things from you if I can. I'm going to leave you the skull, but I'm hoping, Otto, if I can borrow that coin to dispel any magic I might run into, and perhaps
So
I can
you
borrow
mean
that.
the very thing that I would need to start freeing those accursed here? That's what you want to take with you?
Well, I think destroying that. Well, you're right. If you need it, keep it. There you go. Keep it. But perhaps I can take that golden tree with me that does something at least similar
Yes.
or something.
Yes, that could
Ah.
come in handy. There's no question.
And that bag, Araset, that you have, of course, take that crystal out of it. But with Geisel, what he said about no living thing can be in there, I'm guessing that it might be some extra dimensional space in that bag, which is why he cautioned us to put any living thing in there. Geisel,
Exactly.
Is that correct?
yeah, exactly. Don't put anything. It can live for a minute or two, but
No.
it's not normal space. It can hold way more than it looks.
Now that might be helpful. If I can grab anything, stuff it in there, it won't weigh me down. I can travel quick, light, and then get out of there quickly. But Gabriella, Dagmara, is there anyone in this town, anyone that does maybe herbal tinctures or maybe even has a bit of magic about them that could help me recover quickly, heal me up a bit, or at least wake me up a bit? If you know anybody that is safe to maybe wake up at this time of night, that would be a big help for me. And then I'll be off as quick as I can.
Does
And
anyone
back.
like that you know of come to mind, Dagmar? An elder, someone knowledgeable in the ways of magic, primal or otherwise?
Well, and Dagmara, you do know that there's a very sweet old woman, the north side of town, who
Old woman,
runs
great.
a temple. One of the few temples that you've ever seen, including even in Asley, to Shatiril, which is the bringer, which is the kind of creationist god. Very few people worship this deity, but she's very dedicated, and she has a little house, cute little cottage next to the temple that she spends every day maintaining. She has
What
some
is her
healing.
name?
It's Auric. It's Ariq.
Mm-hmm. Orik. Yes, Seville, and Otto. Yes, there is an old woman who has been very involved in the craft of herbalism and enchanting for the past 20, 30 years of her life. And she lives right next to the temple on the other side of town. So I
Would it be
think
too
it would be
much?
safe to wake her up.
Would it be too much of you to ask to
Maybe start with
lead,
that.
lead me there, guide me there,
Shall
and
we
then
split?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I want to ask: is Anal is Anal
He's.
is Anal awake? Is he able to be questioned?
I think you can. It looks like he's sleeping, but nobody has tried to wake him.
All right. I'm gonna wake him up a bit.
Okay.
Anal.
So you shake him. He's over by the fire. You laid him down. He's warming up, and his eyes kind of painfully open. Hi. Where am I?
You're safe. You're safe. I just need to ask you a few questions, but you're safe and sound now.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. You're with friends. It's Tevin. I'm here. What?
No,
Would you fuckers
this is
stop?
Dagmara.
You know it's on. Don't call me Anil, you fucking assholes. And he's trying to sit up and oh, that hurts. Okay. How did I get here? I don't remember this. I'm not I'm not in the city.
It's all right. You had a rash, Anal, but you're fine now. I saved you. You're by the fire. You're safe. I need to ask you a few
I'm
questions.
kicking your ass when this is all over, when I heal up a bit.
There you go. There's the humor. You're fine now. Listen, I need to ask you something. Did you hear about what the necromancers were looking for? We heard something about they're looking for something specific, and they're flaying people and bleeding people and skinning people. What are they looking for, man?
Yeah, I heard a bit. Is that ale? Tevin's like, I got you. Hold on. And big draft, hands it over, and just thirstily pounds it. Yeah, I wasn't it. I was about to be executed, I think. Last I remember being what they're looking for. Sounds crazy. It's like they're looking for some special type of I don't know, innocence or something. They're looking for a special type of person to sacrifice. And they're torturing people and trying to find out. They want to know everything about your life. And sometimes I saw it, they would just execute somebody on the spot if they looked like they didn't have any merit. And others that looked like they were holding out, they would they would torture. And
Were you and Tevin taken together? I know.
Anne. It's Anne. Dag, you know that.
Considering the circumstances, I wanted to do that honor. And I don't think you'll be dueling only Tevin once this is over.
No, not at all. I don't know. I woke up in the city. I woke up in a cell, and I didn't see Tevin at first, but I saw him later, and I saw others, and I saw horrible, horrible things up there. Last I heard, they had taken me to, in fact, I think they were going to take me somewhere else to execute me, but then everybody started to gather. Something was going on. They had somebody, Hoffen or Smatty.
Smatrell.
Smatrell. Yeah, Smatrell. They had somebody that they were going to go do some kind of sacrifice, and he was screaming and screaming. What was he saying?
Yes, what was he saying?
He was saying something about I can help you. I know what they're after. I can help you. And that's what I saw him dragged, a halfling, small, dragged away, screaming. And they handed me off to somebody, and all the kind of elders of the town seemed like they were gathering.
Wait, you said, I can help you. I can help you. I know what they say that again.
What they're doing, what they're after. I think I don't know. I was being beaten and carried off by skeletons when it happened. It's the last thing I remember. Just it seemed like, I'm sure that guy's dead now.
What they're after. Do you know who they might have been?
That's all I heard before they dragged him
That's all
off.
right. That's all right, on.
So
You've done good.
confusing.
All right.
I don't understand. What's the source of this evil? What? I thought we'd found the source, but then if there's There's
Well, it's-
another party
And-
besides
It has
the
to be Fanush.
Fornush. I've heard them talk about that
Yeah.
Yes.
that old
They
god
they all serve this
or this
vile god of
demon,
death.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, Fornush is what our parents would tell us when we were kids. I didn't think it was a real thing. It was the thing that would scare you if you didn't follow the rules.
That's speaking of kids, I think that's exactly who should be afraid. And did you see any children in that place? You spoke of innocence. You spoke of them trying to find something innocent. Did you see any of our children, the children of the town?
I did see one younger girl. She was still alive, being taken away. I never saw her again. But there weren't a lot of children.
where or were not?
There were not.
So
I mean, there are
why
not a
is-
lot of children in Lukenor, but I
No.
feel like they were looking for something special. I don't know, not just childhood innocence. I don't know. I didn't pass, so I don't know. I was definitely about to be executed.
We need to find this out, Seville. There's no other way for us to be also teleported in there.
No.
It's
In
just
No,
Seville, there's far too many of them. If we tried
I mean-
to face them head on, we'd surely be well overwhelmed, to put it
Hey.
mildly.
And
You cannot go back there. All of you. Why would you go back to that place?
I know.
Well, I
know.
It is evil. It's a miracle that you got me out. I can't believe that you got me out. And my sister, my dear sister, don't go back there. Go, run, wake these people and run. Get away.
You know, I'm starting to think he's got a lot of wisdom to him.
What is it you want to try to find there, Seville?
I want to
Yes.
find intel. I want to find anything about what they need as far as this innocence. I want to see if I could cripple them at all with any kind of intel I can get back to the Edgeguard that can possibly head them off, do something to disrupt them, just anything. I mean, it's an open city right now with all of those necromancers gathering. And like I said, I wouldn't try this if I didn't have this ring, this implement of teleportation. To get me out in a flash. I wouldn't do it at all.
Well, all
It's-
I'm saying is you might be putting a little bit too much trust in that. You know, if someone snuck behind you and knocked you around the head before you had a chance to twist your ring, then having it on you really wouldn't be that much useful.
He's right. He's right. And if they're done killing this whatever person, they will all disperse through the city. All of the guards will be around. It would be a lot harder to move about that city than it was when we had our lucky break. And I'm sorry, but I cannot go back and guide you. I will
I'm
tell
not
you everything
asking-
I can think of, but
Well-
I will never go back there.
Well, if you're willing to do it and you
Yeah.
feel that you must, like I said earlier, I won't stop you. But I feel that I must tend to these people here and wake their minds from this curse. I have to make that my priority. I
As
sort
it
of
should be.
flip the coin up into the air and catch it, like look at it.
I wonder something. If I take that stone out of its protective bag, could they sense it? Would it draw them here?
I know they can sense things in the city. I don't. If you have something, I've seen that symbol. I think that's something they want. That's why I told you to put it in that bag.
How many
So-
of them are there in the city?
Oh, almost as many as they are here. At least 300. I mean, they're not all powerful. There are a
And I
lot
kind of
of
smirk and I look at Tevin.
apprentices. Dag,
Do
come
you
on.
think,
I know what you're thinking.
Tevin?
Dag, you're crazy.
No. This might be the only chance.
They've made an entire city vanish. An entire city on the
If-
hill we can't even see. They are powerful.
I don't know if I can live running away from here knowing that there's an evil that does not sleep and continues to throb into the depths of this world and is going to keep spreading. There must be something we can do. I got you back already. I don't want to lose you again, but I also don't want to lose the world we live in. I don't
What?
know.
Then you,
Tabitha.
then you stop,
Just
then you
going
stop
straight
them.
Tabitha.
You already know. Stop them. Go to those sites. Stop them. They're going to bring
Tabby?
Fornouge back. If you go to those sites first, you can stop them.
What?
I gotta tap. Tabby,
Yes.
we need your input.
Okay.
Sorry
trying
to
get
wake you, but
some rest, but yes, what would we need?
And you've got a
I
little bit of
think
like
that-
like streaked blood of like blue blood on your face from the blanket that's warming by the fire now. And it's like it's kind of bleeding off on you.
Flesh
And
yoga mat.
I kind of lick my finger and I go like that on her face, and I like,
You all are so weird.
Tabby,
Yes, what's
your
the
instincts have proven to
question?
be your instincts have proven to be quite right.
Okay, so what are my options?
Well, we're all talking about waking up the entire town of Lucknow. And some of us are for the option of just running away and leaving. And some of us, I think just myself, are thinking about storming the city and stopping whatever it is they're doing in there.
Okay,
So as a
well,
member of the group, I didn't want to leave you out of this.
well, thank you. I'm definitely not going back to wherever we were. That sounds
I
like
just
a
walk away.
death sentence. I think we could wake up the people and then leave.
Well,
I
why don't we wake them up? We all seem to agree they deserve that, and why don't we hear what they have to say? If they
I don't
would
think we
like
should
to,
leave that to chance.
Well, I'm saying we leave it to their decision. If they want to pick up their arms and storm the
That's a good
city
idea, Otto.
when they learn what has happened, then
I
that
do
Are you
agree.
mad? Are you
no,
mad?
no, I'm not mad. Listen,
You're gonna leave a tribe of 300 people to chance and win. You need to
No.
leave.
no, that's
okay.
not what I said.
I don't know if anyone else remembers, but the way that like all of this evil will be stopped is if we go to the 5 different altars.
No, yeah, we know that.
So
We all
like
know
if we
that.
could just do that, then like the evil will eventually be stopped instead of trying to like put the fire
Right.
out here
No, I
and then
think-
it's really
I
just
think-
building other places.
I think regardless, yes, in the long term, we may very well want to visit all those places. I think what we're saying now is and it sounds like we are going to, wake up the town from the curse on their minds.
Yes,
What
Otto is
then?
right.
So
Our
regardless,
people-
and I think if they want to storm the city once they find out what's happened and fight back against the group directly,
Yes.
then I'm all
Thank
for
you,
it.
Otto.
Oh no! Storm the city. With them.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, no.
Set.
Remember,
No.
remember, they're fighters. And
They're
I'm saying-
warriors. They're
no,
warriors.
no.
Yes.
They are.
if
Our
they-
people
if they
very
want
militant.
to, if they want to, I said. I
Yes,
hope you're
I agree.
following
Let me
carefully.
ask you
Now,
this.
if they
Let me ask you.
want, well, hold on a moment. If they want to storm the city, great. I'm all for it. If they want to leave and reestablish themselves in a new town and they need our help, I would be
I
happy
agree.
to help them with that too. What I'm saying is, before we get a bit too ahead of ourselves, we could always wake them up, lift the curse from
Yes.
them, and see what to make of it from there. But by all means, what were you going to say?
Well, I think there's a way, perhaps, for everybody to get what they want. But if I know anything about leading, and I do, is you don't lead with happenstance. You have plans and contingencies. You don't wake up 300 people who've been in comatose spells and then leave it to them to decide what happens next.
Well, mind you, they're not
So-
comatose.
So, if we wake them, I think the plan should be that we go south to the nearest city. And Tekmara, as you said, they're quite ferocious. So if we are attacked, they should be inspired enough by you, Otto, bardically, to fight and defend.
Well, why don't we wake them up?
Now,
and
while that happens, if you'd like, Seville, if you'd like to sneak off then, perhaps, maybe you can. But there's no way that I can give you my pouch right now because we might bring them to us and get attacked just from the fact that I've taken that crystal out of that pouch.
But the
So I would
crystal has been
rather-
out the entire time, and they haven't even noticed us sneaking into the mountain or their city until Geisel gave it to you. So they would have swarmed you or
Well,
us by then. So
If you all will indulge me, here's what I think. I think Seville,
Yeah.
you're more than welcome and well equipped, and seem pretty set on going back to the city. I say go, but
Well,
I
that's
say
right.
come the morning,
Yeah.
we round this city up, and one by one we dispel the curse on their mind, and then once each and every person is a free faculty again, we share with them the new reality to them, that they have two options, that they can go and fight against the hidden city held with those responsible for putting a curse on their mind, or they can march south seeking refuge. And I say that we leave that to them and see where the chips fall and be ready to play our part in it.
yes,
That's a plan I can.
that's
run with.
agreed. And with that, and I know you guys will come up with a great plan for them. Dagmara, if you could lead me to this woman, and Eraset, if I could use that bag and take the golden tree with me. Here is the map of the 5 locations, and here is the crystal skull. And just keep it on you if you travel back. But I should be back within a couple of hours with some intel and some information, and God's knows, maybe some more people. I don't know.
Okay, but you're definitely not taking the tree. I'll
Why
be
is that?
keeping my tree. He's my friend now.
I get it. What? Okay, I have to leave. I can't argue with this. Dagmara?
Let's go.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
it was good to know you. I'll be surprised if I see you back.
Eriset,
You'll see me.
we'll see you
You'll see
in
me
an
back.
hour.
I'll be back
I
soon.
surely hope so.
I promise.
Be careful now. And I
Oh,
kind of
no.
give a little, yeah, yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
And I'll get some rest.
Hmm.
And
I'm
I go
hoping to get
to-
more rest too.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I go to do my thing too and rest.
so and Anne, not Anil, Anne stands up and little shaky says, "Well, where is the thing that makes us forget that this evil's happening to us?"
I have it here.
No, at the center of town or something. Did I hear you say?
Oh, yes, yes. Well, supposedly buried in the center of town.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to get some rest. And he just turns and leaves.
That sounds fishy. But I'm a bit too pissed and too tired to care, so I'm just going to go and get a rest.
Okay. All right. So Otto, Eraset, and Tabitha, I imagine you're going to go back to sleep.
Yes.
Mhm. It's been a long day.
Yeah. So the three of
And-
you
Yeah.
kind of, Dagmar, before you and Seville leave, you give them some furs and some other things you have around to kind of build some sleeping. And you guys have bedrolls and whatnot. You're going to spread it out, stay around the fire as it crackles and starts to lull you off. Eraset.
And I am taking the crystal out of that bag, just to be clear, and giving Eraset the crystal skull head for her to hold on to.
Okay. All right. And
Be careful with yourself.
I
As he
promise you.
does that,
all right. And as you exit and the three of you go to sleep, Dagmara and Seville, as you exit and you start going down the steps, you see a form kind of flash across and head toward the statue. And the blacksmith's building, which is where you're all in, is right off of the main kind of circle, the center of town. And you see somebody he's kind of walking around the statue, and he's got some kind of a club or something. It's hard to tell. Although you're both half elves, with your dark vision, you can see. All of a sudden, you just see him raise something, ching, 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 and he's just attacking the base of the statue.
Who is this, Dagmar? Who is this? What's he doing?
Dagmar, you're pretty sure that it's Anne that just left you.
like Anne.
Anno.
Yeah, and he had just asked about where the statue was buried.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's go around.
And Erisette, Erisette, you hear it. No, Tevin's inside with you guys.
Okay, so
Erisette, you hear this too with your perception. You just hear that because you're in, you're starting to meditate and you hear that tink, tink
let's just go out
outside. All right.
Yep.
So you guys
Looks
run
like we're
down
going to
and,
have that duel sooner
Tabitha,
than we think.
and what are you doing?
Tabitha.
Ugh.
Do you
What?
hear something?
Just
Do you hear
tackling
it?
him.
No,
Okay.
I was just resting. I was trying to get a rest.
And I'm so worried that anyway, so I
And-
run out.
And you run out and you see Seville just flying through the air, just grabs Anne and tackles him to the ground. He's like, no.
And meanwhile, back in the house, it's just me and Tabby, I think now. And so I'm like,
And Tevin.
and Tavin, even still, I'm like, I solemnly swear not to wake anyone if they swear the same.
Swan.
Right then. Ah,
Deal. And Tevin's on like his fourth ale and is about to pass out in the corner. All right, Seville, you just tackle him just in the dark, doesn't see it coming. Just, football tackle, take him down to the ground, and he starts fighting. No, we've got to wake these people up. This is wrong. And he's fighting you.
just wait until the morning, dog.
I'm just gonna put my hand over his mouth and just like, we just have a plan. We just saved your life.
No, you're not
Settle
gonna.
down.
You're not even gonna wake him.
And
You guys are debating it.
What do you mean?
We are
Calm
gonna
yourself.
wake him. Have you not been listening to you, man? I don't have time for this. I'll just knock you clear out. Just settle down. The
And I
only
just
one
kinda
leaving
give him,
here
like-
is me.
give him a moderate kind of slap across the face so he can calm down. And I
Wow.
tell him,
fuck that.
listen to me.
I love that. I like a moderate slap. Not like, like
Moderate
a
slap.
mild slap. And
It's
not
a
like a
warning.
wham.
Yeah.
It's a little like
Moderate.
warning
Moderate.
slap.
As said by
like-
someone who's very versed in slaps.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole array of slaps.
It's like a
There
6
is.
out of 10.
Not the
This
first
is like a
slap ever.
5.5.
Yeah.
Okay, 5.5.
Yes. And we saved you from a place that we saw for ourselves is monstrous. You have to trust us, or you will turn all this into, as you like to say, bird shit. So stop.
Roll a persuasion check
Okay.
with advantage because Seville's helping you.
Yes, indeed. Okay. And I got, excuse me, got a 10 plus, we'll see how
Did you roll it
efficient
twice?
this is. No. Oh, wait,
Yep.
that's right. We have
Yeah,
Seville.
you have advantage. So roll it twice and see what your
Okay,
second.
so 10 and 16
Okay, so 16 plus whatever you have for persuasion.
plus, checking right now, 7. So
Yeah.
23.
Oh, jeez.
That's very good.
So you slap him and then hold him, and you're just staring into his eyes. And Seville, you kind of back off a little bit as Dagmar seems to kind of dominate this moment, and you say this to him, and you just see he's just struggling, and then you just see it drain out of him, and his whole body kind of goes limp, and you just see tears start welling in the corner. And he's like, what I saw up there, we can't let these people
I know.
go
And I just
on.
hug him
We
very
we
tightly.
gotta get out of here.
I promise.
Gotta get out.
I promise. I promise you will be out by the end of tomorrow. I promise, Anne. Just let us do what we're here to do, please. And I just give him a tight squeeze.
All right. And he throws
Seville?
aside the kind of crowbar thing that he has. Ding, 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 on the ground.
No, take a walk with us.
Okay. And you help him up, and he's definitely calm.
Yeah.
You see there's a complete shift in his attitude.
Listen, Anne, if you didn't have anger, I think something was really wrong with you. But it needs to be calculated and focused and aimed where it belongs. Your people will not be forsaken. All we've done here to rescue you and Tevin and to free Dagmara, There's not a chance we're leaving anybody beyond here. The people sleeping in Dagmara's home, they're capable. They've already risked their lives for you. And they're not going to just end tonight with a job half done.
I get it. We'll do it tomorrow.
So save your strength and your focus. Your people will need you.
I smirk at him and I just say, it's good to see you acting like yourself again, my friend. Come along.
All right. Where are we going?
We're going to go
right.
to...
We're going to the old herbalist,
Yeah.
which you love to visit a lot.
No, I stay away from that crazy old woman.
Oh, yes, I know your days. I know what you've done. Let's go. You might as well lead the way. I've quite forgotten where she lives.
It's close. Come on. And he takes you up. You see, you're passing, there's a tavern that's off to your right, and you can see through some of the windows. There's a few people inside. It's not a big crowd. You see the sign says the Frozen Tooth. There's a shop that's definitely closed up to your left, and you just make your way up this little street, and you just see these small, kind of freestanding little huts, basically. Some are a little bit larger. It's all pretty rough up here. It's that kind of that standard weathered drab wood, and it's still very cold here. You're crunching through the snow up this path. And up ahead on your left, you see you're aiming for a round building. This one really stands out. Everything else is very boxy, kind of standard square, rectangle. But you see this round building, and it goes up to a dome and then has a little kind of turret on the top. It looks like it might have a bell. You can't quite tell at this time of night. Passing that, you take a turn to the left, you go down this smaller little road, and there's a very small cottage. This is like as grandmothery as you can get, kind of in the cold north, or not north because you're in the south, but in the cold mountains. If it could have a little garden out front, it would. It's got like a little kind of picketed fence out front, and there are these little carvings hanging from the overhang in front of the front door. You see little birds. It looks like a dragon. There are several fish type creatures, all just carved from wood, dangling and slowly spinning in the darkness, and no lights on inside. Here she is. I guess I'll leave you here because I do not want to talk to the crazy one. I promise not to attack the statue, but I'm going home. All right? See you.
Get some rest.
Night tag. Thanks, and thank you, guy with the hat. I don't know your name.
And
No,
just so you know, Judge, rather than follow them, I decided I would just turn back. But before I did, I chose to do an investigation check just around
On the
that
statue?
area.
Yeah, roll
Yeah, just in
investigation.
there. Okay.
What's your name, hat guy?
Okay.
My name's Seville.
Seville.
No, it's a
Okay.
pleasure to meet you.
You can call me Anne, but
Anne.
only my
I
enemies
got an
call me
11.
Anno. Okay,
I got an 11.
thanks. I'll see you all tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Here.
Yeah.
I've got an extra one of these, and
What's
I pull out the rapier, not the one I bought in Vorden, but the other one I've kept around for a long time.
Wow,
Use this.
that's
Yours.
he pulls it out and kind of, you can see he's got a little bit of skill, not extremely skilled with it, but that's light. It's light. I feel like I'm gonna have to practice. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I kind of look at Seville like, wow,
Oh, all right.
generous.
All right. Now, 2 thanks I owe you, kid. And he goes off into the darkness. All right. What are you two doing?
Well, I
Let's
would
go
like
and,
to lightly knock.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to be too disturbed and surprised, so I suggest we tread lightly.
All
So
right.
just a little.
If it goes bad, then I'll just leave quickly. So
And you both kind of
yourself.
stand there at the door, after a moment, you hear some shuffling inside, and you see at the window to the left of the door, you see this little face kind of poke out. It's night. What do
take
you?
off.
What do you? The bring us blessings, but it is quite late. What can I do for you?
I
What was her
wouldn't
name
have
again?
knocked-
Akir?
Her name is
Akir?
Arik.
No.
Arik.
Arik? Got
Arik,
it.
Arik,
So
Arik.
good. I really remember stuff. Arik, it's me, Dagmara. I need to talk to you.
Oh,
We just got Tevin back.
think she
was he gone?
Remember, you're the only one who remembers. She's still.
Hold
Still
on.
trapped.
Let me get a robe. Hold on.
So quickly in Dagmara's mind is, I'm a traveler. I got lost in the snow, and I need just some help with some restoration, just some kind of healing, anything that can offer. And I'm going to be staying here the night. Okay.
Okay. All right. And you see a little light flare up inside, and a little more shuffling, and then after a moment, the door. Dag, it's Dagmara. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes, bring us blessings to you, and you have a friend here. What can I do for you in the middle of this late hour?
Well, yeah,
He's quite the weary traveler. And Seville.
well, I'm sorry to bother you, but I've rather got myself lost in these parts. It's cold. I've got to travel on, and I was wondering, with the graces of this woman here, Dagmara, she said that possibly you'd be able to help me with some tinctures, probably something to get me or to keep me alert, or a bit of healing here as I pass through your good town. I
Oh,
don't mean to disturb you, but well, it's late and I'm a bit desperate, so I'm hoping you can help me out. And of course, I will pay you for your efforts, good woman.
no payment. Are you a believer of Chatterel?
Well,
I just
I've
nod at
got to
you.
tell you, there aren't a lot of people that keep the faith of Chatterel, but the creator of all things, how could you not be? Here.
Well, bless me. Well, yes, I could do it. I can. Come, and she kind of shuffles between you, shuts the door. Come, and leads you over to next door. Opens up the temple, brings her a little light along. She's human, she's quite old, late 70s, maybe even early 80s. Got a bit of a spring in her step now that you've talked about her goddess, and takes the light, puts it down on this main altar. And this whole thing, once you go inside and the light kind of flickers through the place, you see is a round building. It's not very large. It's maybe 15, 20 feet across, with a little circle of seats around, a very simple kind of altar or dais in the middle. And she puts the lamp in the middle and come here, my son. There aren't many gods that still speak to us after the departing, but Chatterel is still with us, even if faintly. I will do what I can. And again, a bringer's blessing upon you. And she closes her eyes, and her hand starts to glow with this bright golden, almost orange sunlight kind of effect. And you feel, she places the hand on your chest, and you just feel this warmth just shoot inside of you, and just warming every inch of you. All the cold and the pain and the aches and everything just fades away. And she heals you for 10 points of just healing magic as you feel that warmth spread through you. And after a moment, it dies down, and wow. She's still with me, and I'm still here. I'm so happy to help. As far as what else I might have, I think I might have one healing potion, which you may have. I've been saving it. I don't have much. There's not much in this little town, and not many will come to my temple. But let me see where I think I've got it over here. And she shuffles off to a corner in the darkness, doesn't even need the light. And after a moment, brings back this small bottle with the kind of, and you've seen these more back in Carthan. This is kind of the standard healing potion mixture for Anacroli. So it's more of the citrusy kind of look, and as opposed to the red that you see back in Faerun. Yeah, you may have it. Please.
I'm gonna thank you very much, Wahir. I'm going to keep you in my prayers, and also to the goddess. Let's try to keep her alive and spread her goodness.
Oh, she doesn't. She
you.
doesn't need us to do that, but she loves to be remembered. That's very kind. Thank you so much.
Well, then forgive me out of my ignorance, but I'll be saying your name as well. I really appreciate your kindness. And how much can I offer it?
I cannot put a price on it. If you would like to make a donation, feel free, but it is not a requirement.
Yes.
And at that moment, I take out that razor mouth egg and I show it to her and I say, "Would this be something you'd be interested in?" Instead for
the remoras or
remoras. The remoras egg.
As our Chad would say.
The remoras.
The remoras.
Remoras egg.
Remoras.
No,
let's not
no.
burden her with something to take care of, especially something
that I think would wake. Not everything that the Creator made is kind. But no, you keep that. Thank you.
Then
Thank you.
let me make a donation to you and the temple and to anybody else who you help. And if I do not use this and I meet you again, I'll return it. And
it is yours. It is yours to keep.
Then may I donate 50 gold to you?
Oh, 50 gold. Oh, there's so much I could do with that. Yes. Thank you. I must know your name. I'll put your name on one of our pews here. What is your name, my young adventurer?
Let's say I prefer to remain anonymous, but my name is Seville Ranta.
Oh, well, it is a joy to meet you. I will not put your name down in but my memory. Thank you, and may she be with you and guide you forever.
Yes, and may we meet again in greater light. Thank you.
Rest well, Rick.
I'll take my leave with with
all right, so you
Dagmar.
can mark 50 gold off. You guys can head out.
All right.
Now, since we have half the party sleeping,
Yes.
and are you
I'm going to take off. Yeah, so I'm going to head back with Dagmar to walk her back, escort her back to her place. And then, listen, Dagmar, if I don't return, could you pass on something to the party here?
These are very hard words for me to hear, but.
And look, I take you with me, and I take all of them with me. They're a hell of a party, and they fight well. And I respect them and tell them that they're not from this land, and they really don't even know me. Look, I was raised in the academy in Carthan since I was 5 years old. The only thing I know is to defend the country at all costs. This isn't anything heroic, anything I even want to do personally. I have a sister back home. I maybe have seen her 6-7 times since I was 5 years old, and she's sick and she's ailing, and I want to go back so bad, and I miss her. But I have to do what I was trained to do. And will you tell Eriseth this? The night when she was screaming awake in Vorden, you weren't there. You didn't know us yet. She was screaming of a dream, a terrible dream. And she looked at me as if I would let her into my room that night so she could sleep and perhaps I could watch over her. There were 2 reasons why I didn't allow that. I closed my door right away. I wasn't doing it to be rude to her. But those are the screams my sister makes. Those are the screams I remember. And my sister has something in her mind, some kind of pain, a torture you can't touch or see. And when I heard those screams, it frightened me. And then also, a smaller reason, but a reason all the same, is for her honor. I didn't want there to be any gossip about her laying with me or sleeping in my room. are taking reverie with me. And I hope she understands that. It wasn't to be rude, but to be a gentleman. And then for my own fears. So pass that along. And to Otto,
Put my
the
Yes.
man is brave. And he doesn't need to tell any fake stories. So tell him if he's going to sing, he doesn't need to make up any tales. He just needs to follow his own life. There's tales enough in that. And tell Tabitha she's worth more than gold, chasing gold. The woman is fearless. And she should know this about her. Now, I plan on coming back, and don't you doubt. But I don't know the ways of the world and the ways of the gods, even though we can't get through to them here at
and I
Anachrony.
kind of put my hand on your shoulder and interrupt you, and I say, "You're a good man, Seville. And meeting you and your group has been the best thing that has happened to me in a few months.
Well,
You will
then
come back, and you will
I say
tell them
this to
yourself.
you. I say this to you then. You're the only one who volunteered to go. So I'll remember that. And I'll be back in the flashiest of flashes, I promise.
I'll be waiting."
Then take care of your people. And I'm off. And I'm sprinting off and going right back up.
Okay.
Nice, dude.
All right.
Heroic.
All right. So once
Mhm.
again, the hero. All right. So Dagmara, you return back to see everybody slumbering in your place, all packed in there, including Geisel and Hierta, who are kind of huddled in a corner. They're not even asleep, but they're whispering softly to each other, talking. And Seville, you you managed to follow the path, having taken it twice now that you have no problem, even in the darkness, to find your way back. Roll an intelligence check for me. Just a straight intelligence check.
9.
Okay. So you're making your way, and again, it takes you about an hour to get there. And hold on a second.
Meanwhile, can I just kind of see that everyone's sleeping and Tevin's like completely passed out in his armchair? I'll cuddle up next to him
Yeah.
and slowly drift off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really tired.
Yeah.
And
And you
Jed-
just, yep.
Did I find anything at all or not?
I'm
And
sorry, I
then-
completely forgot. What you got, an 11?
Yeah, just an 11. So I figured it's like kind of a non-event, and I just went back
I
to
mean,
sleep.
you could see that he put a crack in, so it looks like the base of the statue has these it's kind of just rough hewn stone, but then it has these kind of like some kind of other stone, like it looks sort of marble-ish inlay, these panels that go around, making this kind of octagon shape. And he's cracked one of them. It hasn't like fallen off or opened up, but you could see he got a good crack on one, but that was it. You don't
And no
see
other clues or anything.
you
Okay.
don't see anything that looks but it's hard, it's late, it's dark, there's, and you just kind of did a general once over, so
Yeah.
that's all you saw.
All right. So then I just went back by the fire and fell asleep too, or
Okay.
did my.
And
sleeping.
you sensed when Dagmara enters, and you kind of in your meditation, you see her move over to Tevin and cuddle up and just kind of, just stare at him for a moment as you realize that you finally, after all that, you've managed to get your love back.
I kind of stir in my sleep a little bit when Ariset comes back in and like poke one eye open and halfway, and I'm like, "You go and get your goodbye kiss."
Oh, please. No.
I'm just sort of like,
And back asleep.
It was loud. I wanted to make sure that everybody was okay.
"That's all right. You wanted to kiss him. Don't be worried about it. I'm sure it was just lovely."
And I
And I just
consider
kind
for
of
a
whisper
moment.
without even, with my eyes closed, without even like looking at Ariset. I just say, "He loves you, Ariset. Don't you worry." And I just kind of like cuddle back into Tevin.
And Tabitha just kind of like flops over in her sleep, and she's now sleeping like 100%, as making her body as wide as possible and as relaxed.
Which, you know,
This is-
as a halfling, not very big. It's just like,
It's
but you definitely have your space kind of set aside now.
In fact, it
Yep.
must make it so much easier to be able to stretch out and really enjoy.
it
And
is.
you do have the prime spot. You are the one that's like directly, and especially when
In my
when-
bed.
When On got up
In
and moved
your
away
bed,
from the
yeah.
fire, you were right there, right in front of the fire, toasty.
All right, well, guys, let's get some well-earned shut-eye. And when we wake
Oh,
up, hope that we
yes.
find our friend hasn't died.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this our
So-
first long rest
That's
of
a
the
good
game? I
plan.
think it is.
You don't have
I
it
literally
yet.
think this is our first-
You say
I
that
know.
every time.
I know.
I know. You have had a few now. It's yes. We don't seem to have a lot of them, but yes.
No.
We like to run ourselves till the tank's empty.
Exactly.
Ah.
You were sucking the marrow out of your D&D
Especially
life.
Seville. I mean, good God. More power to you, buddy. But
I know. If he doesn't get back, he's going to have exhaustion. So,
The
all right.
life of a hero.
So speaking of Seville, so you managed to retrace your steps, climbing back up that rock face, making it all the way back to that spot where that field exists. You see kind of it's hard to see at night, but you know there's the illusion of what's there. If you hit it, you just.
Right.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to use the necrolas and find a way to put it in.
Okay, so you take it out and you kind of put it
Or
on.
put it in where I did last time, or where we in those.
That was
pillars.
on the other side of the field. That was once you pass through. So you take it out and you stand there. You're looking. Do a history check for me.
5.
That's okay. It's literally what I mean. It's very easy. You just standing there, remembering that Anazora was the one holding the golden tree, and then later Tabitha, of how you entered here, which you
I
don't
know
have.
that.
Yeah. Okay. So, so you're just holding up the thing. Nothing seems to happen. Do a perception check for me.
9. No, perception. Sorry, 13.
13. So, yeah, it looks like at first you don't see.
Oh, sorry. It's changed because we leveled up. That's a 16.
Oh, that's right. Level 5.
Ooh,
Mhm.
nice. Ooh, gave me shivers with that.
Well done, everyone. Well done. Yeah, so it actually, at first you thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to run back like an idiot because I've got no way to get through this barrier. But then you look around and you see there's patch of snow off to your right, and it's about 10 feet away from where you're standing right now. That looks a little bit, just even in the soft, like there's not a lot of light out. There's a little bit of moonlight, but hardly any. But with your dark vision, you see there's something about this pile of snow that looks a little bit different than everything else. It just looks a little like kind of too flat compared to kind of like the kind of rolling and rocky
Yeah.
things around it.
Then I'll go investigate that.
You go and you kind of like push some of the snow away, and you see there's just like a stone, a flat stone, and it's almost not visible. It's barely indented. That shows that shape from the necrolis.
So I take a deep breath, and with a bit of humor, I look up to the sky and I'm like, "Oh, Tabitha, I hope you have a restless sleep tonight." And I undo it, and I stick the necrolis charm in there and undo or whatever it does.
And the moment you put it in there, you just see, and this kind of archway appears a bit back to your left, and you see that pathway with the columns now visible.
All right, I'm on it. I'm going
And
sneaking.
You go in, and
way.
behind you closes up, and we'll just say for brevity's sake, we're gonna you make your way back. You put the necklace in. You open up the statue. You make it all the way back to the point. Let's see if you encounter anybody. I don't. Where's my? There we go. Can't see my dice. You don't find anybody. You make it all the way back to that main chamber with the big demon sculpture with the two knives.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to go through what Geisel said was a bit of a darkness magic, something like that. I'm going to go through. I know he went through feeling, he told us to go along the side of the wall, and I'm going to go there until I feel something, some kind of trigger or trap door, secret door.
Do an investigation check at disadvantage.
All right. Let's see. That is a 13.
You go through feeling the whole wall as you go, and you don't feel anything that seems like it's the entrance of a door or anything, and then suddenly you're out of the blackness. You miss the trap door, but you see there's a staircase, a grand staircase that just kind of goes up, and you see the open sky straight ahead.
And this is somewhere I have not been?
You've not been. You guys, somewhere in that space before, Geisel pulled you into a trap door, which you didn't seem to find this time. And you didn't ask him.
Can I... This goes straight to the sky?
You see it goes up, and it's open at the end. It's straight, yeah.
All right. Behind me, can I get back into that corridor?
Yeah, you step back into the impenetrable darkness, and once again, can't see anything. Can't see a hand.
Can I go back in?
Yeah. You
if
step
I stick a hand in, I don't want to step in. I just want to.
Yeah, your hand disappears in the blackness.
All right, I'm going to take off. I just want to see one. I want to check and see if there's any arcane tripwires like the one I chipped out of that thing, and then I'm going to run to the top really quick. And if there's nothing there, I'm going to run back and get in that hallway and search some more.
All right, do an investigation check.
Door I know is there. Come on, baby. Wow. That is a 13.
Yeah, you look around. It doesn't seem like you see any runes. You know what to look for this time. You don't see anything. It looks clear.
Straight up to the top.
So you run up to the top, and you find yourself emerging in Makutha. And ahead of you by about 30, 40 feet is the black tree. And you realize you're on the other side of that...
street,
that big opening.
Big opening. Okay.
Yeah. Get back to this.
I can't believe you're doing this. You're not.
Yeah, I know. All right. Right now, I'm going to disguise self, and I'm going to disguise myself as the woman that Ariset put down in that. You know what? No, because if they find her, that's a problem. I'm just going to disguise myself as just a man. Let's call him Dietrich. Very tight cropped dark beard, a larger nose, big black eyebrows, and I'm going to put myself in that necromantic robes.
Okay.
And just use disguise self.
Okay. So as you do that and you see your whole image changes, you go straight into necro costume. And looking about, you do see some other necromancers coming up now. Just looking around as this wide open space you can see between buildings, and you see several that seem to be filtering from what you know is the tip of the city, kind of back going up. And as you look around wondering what the hell you have gotten yourself into, we're going to take a break. Yeah, so we're gonna leave it there for right now. We'll be back. Let's try to keep this one to 10 minutes. Everyone set your timers, because I know we've been going a bit long on our breaks without us being around each other to remind each other to come back.
How is it 9:30 already?
Dude, I know.
I'll see you guys at 9:40.
Yeah, we'll be back.
All right.
10-ish minutes. We'll try to keep it to 10. Thank you to all our new followers. Thank you for the subscriptions. It's been dinging in my ear all night. We love you all. You're the best. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Stay tuned. we are back.
Hey.
We
Hello.
almost made it perfectly at 10 minutes, but then Zoom screwed up and I had to reposition everybody, so we would have been on time. But thank you guys for waiting, and thank you to all our followers, new followers, our previous followers, our friends of the show. We love you all. Thank you for your subscriptions. We really appreciate it. We really do. You're all amazing. Thank you for spending your time with us. Let's continue back to Peter's suicide mission in Makutha. Let's see what happens.
So stressful.
Thank you, buddy. All right, yeah, I know.
Yeah, for those of you who are maybe just jumping in, since we do have new subscribers, we just left from this hidden city. And
Where we were
Seville is now
almost
going
killed.
right back by himself.
That is a good point. This is a hidden city full of necromantic wizards that they managed to infiltrate and escape by the skin of their teeth. Did a great job, but they're out, and Seville's going back in. So,
all right, the men a little crazy. Before we went, I mean to say also, with the disguise, I'm giving myself a scar in the neck.
Okay, next.
Oh, nice touch. Where they
okay.
inserted your
So you're gonna
necklace?
talk like Geisel.
I'm gonna perhaps not be
and it's
able
your
to
turn to lose your
speak.
voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, bringing us back in, as you'll remember, you went through that impenetrable darkness of the chest cavity of that huge demonic gate there to that cavernous room. And as you went through looking for that secret passage, you couldn't find it, but you emerged on the other side to a large staircase that went up and up and up, and you saw sky above. And finding your way up there, you emerged into the center area where the dark tree that attacked you all before is about 40 feet away. And you disguise yourself as a necromancer, and looking around, you see there's a few other necromancers this time, more than you saw last time, since they all seem to be heading to something, starting to walk through the city. What would you like to do?
Well, if I'm not seen yet, then I'm going to stay hidden in the shadows, or at least, I don't want to run into anyone, and I want to locate the house. Wait, I'm on the side of the house then, right?
No,
Just
you're basically like kind of a center area on this tier, which you know is you were told is the second tier. Again, the city tiers up 4 tiers, and you're on the second one. But just kind of generally looking around and seeing that there's so you came out of these stairs, and directly ahead of you was that tree. And past the tree, you see the retaining wall for the next tier up. So it's very easy to know that you guys went on the other side of the tree and cut across. So the house is off to your right from where you're standing.
All right. Well, I'm going to wait for those necromancers to pass, and then I'm going to make my way to that house.
Just roll a quick stealth check for me.
All right.
I bet his stealth is really high now that he's leveled up.
That's right. Level 5.
19.
19.
Nice.
Nice, because they rolled a high perception too. Good job. You just vanish into the shadows. Moving next to the top of the staircase has these kind of like half-height columns with these symbols on them. You're not quite sure what they are in this darkness, but you just kind of slink down a little bit of the stairs, wait for the sounds to pass. You poke around the corner, you see that they have moved on up the street, on the same street that you need to head up, but they are ahead of you, and you can't see them any longer.
All right, I'm going to make my way to the house.
Okay, so you skirt to the right, you go on the back side of this building, and kind of guessing where you are as you make it away around this. Now this building kind of curves in the shape of that big, large open area, following the curve of the pool that tree is sitting in. As you get around the right side, you see ahead you there's that same street, and you can tell right now it's only about 4 buildings down. On your right is the house that you were in before.
All right, I'm going to walk like I belong there, but I'm going to fly casual. And I'm going to stay the hell away from that tree. And I'm going to move quickly away from that tree. And I want to check and see if any roots are growing or any of that.
Do a perception check for me as you're making your way.
All right. 9.
Well, you can't see very far. You're a little distracted. You're looking all around you, but you definitely know in the area that you are right now, there are no roots, so you're fine. And as you go down that street, you do see the 2 necromancers ahead at the end of the street, just past the building you want to go to. And they look like they are veering off. You watch them for a moment, and they disappear off to the left.
All right, good. I'm going to turn into that house.
Okay, you make your way down.
Make sure nothing's there, but yeah.
And slip into the house quickly. Closing the door behind you silently, you look around. You're on that first floor landing. House looks like it's exactly as you left it.
All right. I'm going to quickly move downstairs
Okay.
to where we grabbed everybody. And
Yep.
I want to enter into the room where Tabitha just annihilated that necromancer with that beautiful shot from the blink dagger.
Yep.
And I want to check those skeletons out for any kind of hardware, any kind of devices to see how they're controlling them or what kind of armor they may have. Quickly.
Okay. So you dart across that landing, go on the stairs. Again, these are curved spiral staircase
Right,
that
the
goes
spiral
down
staircase.
about, I think it was 40 feet down to the sub-level down below. You see that same eerie blue flame on the end of those candles,
Shit,
which
I
you
feel
now...
like Sigourney Weaver. I'm sorry. I feel like Sigourney Weaver and Aliens going to get newt.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
They're everywhere, man. All right.
Forget it, man. Bishop should go.
As the blue light flickers on you, as soon as you kind of get down low enough to look into the room, you see those cages along the wall. Nothing has changed there. You don't seem like you don't see anybody down here. It looks like it's clear. You make it all the way down to the bottom of the stairs, and you dart between the columns, following the path that Otto originally took, and you come to that room off to the right. Remember, there's a little hallway. There's a door to your left and a door to your right.
Left is the skeleton closet.
Yep. Yeah, we got some skeletons in the closet. Yep.
To the right, and I know I dumped the necromancer's body in there.
Yep.
So hopefully, I'm just going to peek in, make sure no one's been in there, and I just want to see.
The door is still slightly open, so...
Right. I'll ease it open. I've got now my my rapier drawn.
Okay. So very carefully push the door. And you see the corpse of the necromancer still where you left him, on the floor, on the far side of the table.
I dumped him in the barrel. Him in the barrel.
Oh, really? No, I forgot that. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then...
I put all the
That's right.
implements in. Wait a second.
You did.
Did I dump the body in too? Okay.
I actually don't remember. No, I don't think you dumped the body. You put all the implements.
Implements in, not the body. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the body's still where it was, and the skeleton remains are still there. And all of the torture devices and all that, you gathered up all that stuff and threw it in what you realize is some kind of vat of acid there, a barrel of acid.
All right.
And what would you like to do?
All right. I'm going to dump that body in the barrel.
Okay.
Slide it in.
So you pick it up, always move over and start putting it in. And it's just bubbling as it eats away. You see bits of flesh just start peeling away from the bone, and you just kind of shove it in. Acid is flowing over the side.
Yeah, getting the hell out of there.
Yeah. So okay.
And what about the skeletons? Anything I can recognize on them?
They look very simple. They were. They don't have any armor. They have They each have a sword. They didn't even have shields. They were just animated skeletons. Very basic. I mean, if you want to roll investigation, you can. Or
sure.
That's
I just want to
see.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's anything that. 16.
Yeah, I mean, you really quickly kind of like kick it around and look at it. You notice that there's a small symbol on the forehead that matches the symbol of the necromancer's organization. But other than that, like they don't have anything. There's nothing else hidden on them.
All right, I'm going to quickly take out the necrolis and see if I can identify that symbol. That perhaps having this necrolis will
The necrolis, yeah, it's the same.
Will protect me. Okay,
it's the same.
All right, I'm not dilly-dallying here. I'm going to hoof it and go back upstairs into the room that I found the map in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you go back up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, you can see the front door, but you go to your right to the double doors you went through before.
Yeah.
You open them up, and you see. Yes. There is a gentleman sitting there.
No.
Older,
A gentleman.
beard, similar to what you said. It's kind of like a V shape, but it's all silver. And he's got long hair, but it's pulled together tight, and it goes down his back. Probably like 65, almost 70. And you see two skeletons on each side of you as you open up the door, to the left and the right.
I don't like it.
No, does not sound promising.
And he looks at you curious for a moment. Who are you?
I'm going to point to my neck and show him the scar. And I'm going to use prestidigitation on my hand. And I'm just going to make the symbol D and just show him.
Okay.
And just point to my thing.
Roll a deception check for me.
All right.
What's the D stand for? Am I like sick?
Yeah, what is the D?
What am I getting? Like,
Isn't that his fake name, Diedrich or whatever?
okay.
That's a 20, but not
Oh.
natural.
Okay.
Whoa.
He looks at you. I don't know you, but what is it? This isn't a good time.
I'm going to take out the silver necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one I have. I have an older one
Mm-hmm.
from another necklace, but the one that Ariset killed, I took the silver one off of that, and I'm just going to lay it on his table, and I'm just going to mouth the words. I'm going to point to my neck again. I'm going to mouth the words, found it.
Where did you find this?
Tree. Careless.
Here. And he looks, and he moves over to a bookshelf. He pulls out a book, and comes to, it looks like a journal, puts it down, hands you a quill. I can't read your lips. Will you fucking write what you want? This is not a good time. Who sent you? Who sent you here? I have orders not to be disturbed.
I said, found by tree. Thought I should report this to you. And I point to the necklace.
Our tree here.
I just nod my head, yes.
Yeah, that would certainly seem to confirm that we have some sort of infiltrators. Right. Who do you report to?
I report
shit.
to
Oh shit. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
He was trying to
I'm-
pretend he couldn't talk.
I'm going to write,
Mm-hmm.
I'm new. I'm an apprentice
new.
from Balak the Vivisector near
Okay.
Merrick.
Ah.
I'm here to report.
Listen to the peanut gallery over here. I thought you guys wanted our friend to survive. Now listen to him.
We do. We're just nervous.
We're coping.
So, and he puts an arm around you and walks you over close to the fire. If you remember, there's a roaring fire to the side of the desk
Oh.
here.
Oh shit.
Baulak. So you were under Baulak, were you? How long have you been in his tutelage?
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
Oh.
Can I write?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, He is dead. He trained me in secret. Forgive me, forgive him.
Oh, my friend, we will never forgive Baulak. We are making sure that he knows that even in death, his forgiveness will never come. Fornuj will see to that. So,
Agreed.
your one chance here not to join his fate is that I hope that you have the items that imbecile lost. Otherwise,
His
It's-
house was burned.
yes, we know.
Items gone. I do
That's-
not have his journal. I do not have his book of Fornuj. I do not have what you seek.
I don't care about his books. We need the key that we left with him. If you were really under his tutelage, you would know that. And he
I do
snaps,
not-
and the skeletons march over and grab you. Do you have the key?
Right.
I don't resist.
Oh my.
Shared
This
anything
is
with me
not
about a key.
good.
And
At least I had my chance to say goodbye to him.
I remain calm, but I said he did not share. I'm only his apprentice. I come to learn.
take him downstairs. I'll be there in a moment. And they
Oh.
start to lead you out. Blade comes up to your throat from one of the skeletons as they escort you
Okay.
and start leading you down into the basement.
All right. Is he with me?
No, he said he'll be with you in a moment.
All right.
And he closes the door behind you as you are led down the stairs once again and into the room where you were just investigating.
Good. I'm killing the skeletons as quick as I can.
Okay. Go ahead and I'll let you have one attack as a surprise attack and then a roll initiative.
Okay. I'm going to hit it with my rapier. So surprise attack.
Yep.
Good. Okay.
Oh, I'm so
Uh,
nervous.
That is a 13.
13 hits.
Oh, shit. Good. Because I rolled a 5 plus 8.
I've had so
That
many
is
skeletons. I gotta pull them up. Hold on.
that is an 8.
8 damage. Okay.
8 damage plus sneak attack, which I don't need to have anyone around me because I'm a swashbuckler.
And because you had advantage.
And
Yeah,
I had
you
advantage.
do, yeah.
So that's an extra 12.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That one, you just produce your rapier quickly, spinning it around perfectly so that it just chops off the head. And that skeleton just collapses like a sack of bones down to the
Alright.
ground. Roll
Nice.
initiative now
Yep.
for the next attack.
8.
How many skeletons are in there with him?
Right now, it was just the 2 escorting him downstairs.
Well, now
Okay,
one, right?
Well, now 1, yeah.
Now 1.
Okay, you got an 8?
Yeah.
So the other skeleton sees this happen, takes its sword, tries to plunge it into you. It got a better. Oh, I missed the thing. Okay. Nope, that is a 8. I'm sure misses you.
Yep.
So as you chop off the head, the other one goes to stab you. You duck out of the way. Go ahead and roll your attack.
All right. That is a 17.
That hits.
And that is an 8 plus 5 is a 13. And
It's down. It just,
right.
yeah, you just stick your rapier in, sever the clavicle, and the head and the chest just fall to pieces.
all right. Very
Amazing.
quickly, I am going to kick and all the bones to the side,
Okay.
and I'm going to shut the door. And as soon as that necromancer comes in the door, if he does, I'm going to take him out real quick.
Okay.
You're readying. I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You wait a moment, your heart pounding.
Oh,
And you're
yes, it
sitting-
is.
And you're listening. and you hear all this noise coming down the stairs.
Oh
and
God.
you hear talking as well. He's in the room. What are you doing?
My hand is going to my ring.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do
It's
I? How
good.
many do I hear?
It's loud. You could tell it's that bone on stone as more are making their way down, and you hear voices of at least 2 humans as well, or speaking beasts anyway. And you can tell they're still on the stairs. It's getting louder. What are you doing?
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna quickly. Come out of the room,
Okay.
holding my arm
Mm-hmm.
like I'm injured, and just breathing heavy. But I have like holding my chest like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting ready to turn the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I just come out, and I'm just like, I just point at that guy, and I'm just like, traitor, and I point at that. And what do I see first?
Okay, so you come out and you see
Oh, gnarly.
6 skeletons coming down.
Yeah.
And you see the silver-haired man that you were talking to.
Yep.
And a younger man with blonde hair cut very close, no facial hair, except he's got his hood up, obscuring part of his face, but you could see that much. And then another 2 skeletons behind him.
All right. And I just, with hurt in my eyes, just to see his reaction, I just kind of force out, traitor! You had them try to kill me. I wanted to learn from you.
And you're pointing to the one that you saw upstairs?
Yeah, the man with just like hurt in my eyes.
Halt. And he just looks at you, and the other one turns. Koska, are you the traitor? And they both kind of laugh.
Click.
You click your
Click
ring,
my ring. Yeah.
and nothing happens.
Why?
Click
All right.
again. Nothing happens.
Oh.
I do that without
what?
them knowing.
Oh no! What?
Oh man.
It seems that you found something
Oh,
indeed interesting, Koska. Who is this one?
oh boy.
Gods,
Why is
take
the
him.
ring-
And the
Oh,
I'm
skeleton.
boy.
going to charge.
Okay.
No way.
Oh,
I'm gonna
jeez.
try to make it back up the stairs.
Oh.
So I'm gonna do I'm gonna use. Let's see if I can get out of this one.
Why
Yeah.
does the ring work?
My-
Yeah, I think you can get out of this. I think there's a way, but it's not going to
Let's
be.
see.
easy.
It will not be
I'm
Oh.
going
Because
to.
you're
By
a
the way, for
swashbuckler,
the
right?
record, really hoping you weren't going to do this.
Yes, I had to. It's my character. I could
know.
not do it.
I know.
You're a swashbuckler, right?
He is
Yes.
a swashbuckler.
Okay, so you have some tricks up your sleeve for this kind of situation.
Yes.
Well, what happened with the ring? I don't understand why it didn't work.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well,
You're
I
not-
kind of figured that there might have been a magical field here, but
An anti-magic field, perhaps.
well,
Hmm.
if it is, they can't use
Oh.
magic either. So that
you
means
don't.
they're
You don't know if it's
completely-
that or if it's. You don't know what it is yet.
Mm-mm.
You're in the middle of combat.
Oh
Right.
man.
All right. What
All
are you
right,
doing?
So I
Oh,
get
boy.
one before we go into combat. Do I get one move?
I'll say because all they did was say take you, and they weren't really starting combat yet. Go ahead.
All right.
I'll let you get one action, and then I want you to roll initiative.
Okay. I am going to dash right for the stairs, and I just get an action, right?
Yeah. No. I mean, you can have an attack where you get I mean, your attack.
Can I
or-
do an action bonus action? Do I have that kind of like a?
Oh, remind me. Let's see. So I guess, yeah. No. Yeah, I'm gonna say you can do both of those because you're gonna be able to kind of pull both of these off. They have a kind of a supreme confidence in their position right now.
All right. So how much feet to the stairs?
Okay, so you just came out of the door. You, we'll say you're about 10 feet from the stairs.
10 feet from the stairs. Okay,
Yeah.
good. And then how much up? How much feet up?
It's well, it's 40 feet straight, but stairs wise, I mean, we'll say it's 30 with what you can step.
All right. So I got to use my entire. So I'm gonna dash.
The ring didn't work.
Like,
Oh,
dude.
So I've got 120 feet to
Oh
dash.
god, this is like a slow
I got
bow
like a
constrictor
double
kind of
dash.
death. I'm just watching.
This is like as
slow.
bad as when I almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Except,
could
except no one's
Yeah.
coming to get me.
this
I
could
know.
be bad.
No, this is worse. Like this is a very like Greek tragedy
Yeah.
kind of.
And I'm not
Watching
making
it.
another. I'm not making another character. So if Seville's gone,
That's it for
I'm
Peter.
gone. I'm not coming back as another
Bullshit.
character. No, hell
Bullshit.
no.
No.
I'm not coming back.
Don't
Only
die.
Seville.
You turn that
I'm
brain
not
on.
dying.
All right.
I'm
all right.
turning the
so-
brain on. Okay.
Okay.
Well, what if he rolls bad? You guys, this is too scary.
Yeah, because this is
D&D
it. You're minus
D&D
one
is
for
real.
the rest of the year.
This is like Russian roulette with like a real
Oh.
bullet.
I
and, like,
hate it.
No
I'm
one,
like-
no one should ever be playing that way.
All right.
All right. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, I'm taking my action, which is dash.
Okay.
All right. Just fucking out. I mean, I'm going straight by them, and I'm just gonna take a dash past them,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna use my cunning action to dash. So I'm gonna do 120 feet.
Okay.
of
You're
movement.
gonna double dash. Okay. So, because listen, we have you're gonna pick a side, left or right.
Yeah.
The inside of the staircase has the new guy.
Yeah.
And the outside has the guy you saw above, who's
Yeah,
been
I
referred
ain't
to
going
as
near him.
Koska. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to pass 3 skeletons, that guy, and another skeleton. So it's 4 skeletons and that necromancer on the
Right.
staircase. You're
Well,
going to try to.
I have
And mind you that if they haven't gone yet, I don't think they have their reactions.
right.
So you got that going for you.
Actually, that's
is nice.
that's about the only thing you do have going for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So wait,
you gotta
wait.
you gotta find the silver lining somewhere.
Yeah.
Right,
wait,
right.
somewhere.
Just like
Judd,
with
I have-
COVID.
I have 10 feet to the stairs.
Yeah. You have 10 feet to the stairs. We're
And
saying
then
30
40
feet. 30 feet
30
on the stairs
30 feet to get to the
to the
top.
first floor. Yep.
Okay. All right.
And then and you're using how many feet total?
Here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to use my action first. I'm going to use my action to do dash. So I have 60 feet.
Okay. All right. So, in a blinding flash of speed that nobody expected.
Wait, bonus action first. Dash.
Okay. Okay. Bonus action dash. All right.
Yep.
You pick the inside, so you blow right past
Yeah.
those guys, taking them by surprise, because I didn't call initiative yet. So you're lucky there. I'm gonna say you get by those people without incurring opportunity attacks. If Chad's right, which I actually don't know that rule, but I'm gonna say that he's probably right.
I think that's correct. Maybe in the chat, if you guys are familiar too. I think that if
Everybody
you
be
haven't,
quiet.
if you haven't gone, if the initiative order happens, if you haven't gone, then you can't use your reaction before your
Mike,
first
Mike,
turn.
chime in on Slack and let me know. He'll let us know. He knows his stuff.
But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure on that. But yeah, I'll be curious what he says.
Well, until we hear, we're gonna assume
As
that.
long as you can, my thing is, what I remember is as long as you I think because it depends. My movement is a surprise to them, right?
Yeah, you're well. Yeah, that's a tricky. I actually feel like it is a surprise. You're so kind of overwhelmed numbers wise, and again, they felt supremely confident that they had you with that many skeletons and 2 wizards.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you do dash is a surprise.
All right. All right. So yeah.
So Mike is asking. He missed a question. If we're not in initiative order and somebody takes a surprise round, can the opposite people have their reactions?
Yeah,
And
usually if somebody
thinking-
is,
we're
if you
thinking
give
no.
somebody the surprised
Yeah. You can't use
condition,
it until
you can't use your reaction when you're surprised. I know that for sure. But it's sort of a matter based on the way you described it. You know, it's kind of up to you if you consider them surprised enough.
I rolled for it because I've got my own kind of bias of making sure I don't want to kill Seville here, but I rolled for it, and they, as I say, were supremely confident. They did not expect the attack. It's Han Solo chasing the stormtroopers down the hall. But that's right. The person in the surprise, you only get 1 action, so no. That's right. You don't get a bonus action on a surprise round.
All right. Then
Well, I think it's worth noting in 5th edition, there's really no such thing as a surprise round. Surprise is just a condition that might apply to you in the first round of initiative, typically, or maybe even otherwise. I mean, that's technically right. So if you know, yeah.
Well, you know,
But as somebody who did a bunch of the playtesting for 5th edition, I will say this was universally one of the more confusing things for everybody that I was chatting with around that time. So
yeah. Well, that might very well be the case, and I know Mike is letting us know his 2 cents as well. But Peter, because I said you could have your action and your bonus action, I'm gonna let that stand. So I will look into it a little bit more for next time.
Yeah, because it's all kinds of crazy for surprised. I mean, one of them is like you can't take an action on your first turn of combat. But who knows? Yeah, that's
okay.
Like something.
All
Okay,
right,
so anyways, I'm going. I'm taking. I'm dashing.
Okay. All right. Well.
Dashing on my bonus action.
Okay. On your bonus action, you're dashing up. So, what's the feet total? Sorry.
60 feet for
60 feet.
Yep.
Okay, so that gets you to the top of the stairs on the first floor, and I assume you're going out the door?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then out the door.
I'm going to try to turn my ring. If not, as I'm going, I'm using now my action to go back the way I came, and I'm dashing again for an action, which is 120 feet, which is another 60 feet.
Okay, so that gets you down like 1 building down. And now go ahead and roll initiative.
All right. Does my ring work?
I'll say you twisted it as you ran, and no, it did not work.
Yeah. Okay.
brutal.
All right.
They got a really low initiative. What'd you get?
Good. 21.
Oh, wow. You beat their 5. So yeah, rolled really crappy on that. Okay, go ahead. You get first round. What are you doing? And be very specific with your action. Okay.
I'm going exactly where I came.
Okay. So you're going to do the same 120 feet movement?
Yep. Yeah, I'm going right to that entrance I found with the stairs, and I'm going right back down to that tunnel. And
okay, so that gets
and I'm going right back into the
okay, so you can't get that far. You get around the curve of that one curved building. So you get down like 2 houses, and you're going around that curved building. You can see the staircase ahead, and is there any shadow or? There's anything? A lot of shadow, actually. I mean, it's also very dark tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide.
Okay, but you've already taken your bonus action.
Oh, you're right.
So I'm just gonna say that you stay in the shadow as you run, trying to do the best you can to keep cover. All right, so they are going to go and let's see. Okay, and his flying speed. Okay. All right. So
I'm right now, I am 240 feet ahead of him, correct?
yeah, on his turn, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you hear this booming voice that comes out in a language you do not understand, and it's just supernaturally spread through the city. And you just see, like, you start to hear all this activity around you.
No, honey.
And
Go.
and you hear a lot of noise off in the distance. Your turn, go.
All right. I'm right down the street. I'm right down those stairs.
Okay. You make your way out of that building. Do a perception check as you're going.
All right. Perception 14.
Okay. Out of the corner of your eye, as you are running, you see up in the sky behind you, over that black tree, because as you pass the building, you see the black tree, and something just catches your eye, and you just twist as you look. The staircase is like 10 feet away from you. You see that wizard who you just left. He's just floating in the air over the tree, and he's just looking all around. And you see in the distance other wizards starting to rise up into the air.
How far away is he from me?
40 feet from you right now. And
He's 40 feet from me?
yeah, he's 40 feet and then whatever vertical he is. But yeah,
All right. But I want to know the distance. How?
he's 40 feet, but you still have your movement, right? You're doing what you were doing before, action and bonus action, fast as you can downstairs.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yep.
And okay.
Mm.
All right. Let's see. That gets you. Okay. So you make it into the stairs, and you are about 15 feet away from that magical darkness when you run out of speed.
Wait, but I'm dashing. I have 120 feet.
Don't
right?
forget, it's that long staircase
Okay.
that went up to above.
All right. Yeah, double dash. Yeah.
Okay. Behind you, you just feel this light coming, and looking over your shoulder, you just see this ball of fire heading towards you.
I don't like this.
Is this like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom where that big
It
rock
doesn't
starts
stop.
rolling? Except it's
And
fire.
nobody's coming to save him.
Make a
because we're
dex save.
sleeping.
Oh, I'm sleeping
like-
like a baby right now.
Because I'm like, he's got the ring. He
All
can
right.
come
So
back
I just
anytime.
quickly
Yeah.
throw up a prayer.
Exactly.
And maybe in
Oh,
your
boy.
mind, there's like a flashback to that moment from earlier in the night when Otto was like, you might be putting a little bit too much trust in that little thing.
Was my poker face at that moment good? I was like,
Pretty good.
Wait. In what? Putting too much faith in what?
in your
The
ring.
Your
ring.
ring.
Oh.
All
I
right.
thought
What'd
you
you
were
get?
saying-
Dex save. What'd you get?
All right. I'm doing it, but I'm saying a quick prayer to the goddess Shatrial there, the old woman. I'm like, oh, come on, baby, hold together.
Finding religion.
All right.
Finding
So
religion.
acrobatics check or a save?
No, dex save.
Okay. Come on. 14.
Okay, hold on. What is the DC here? 14 does not save.
All right.
That's
Oh, boy.
real bad, guys.
Oh,
That's real bad.
I'm gonna
Is
curl into a fetal position now.
Anazora
Hey, that's all right.
connected?
This is what D&D is, but I'll see you in season 2.
Oh,
no.
God.
Serious about that. Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Yeah, he's still rolling dice. Jesus.
It's 8d6.
Ah.
Honestly,
Good.
and these are all. I mean, if it were all sixes, I would tell you. I rolled a lot of ones, twos, and 1 6. You are now I've screwed up my math. Hold on. You are 31 points of fire damage.
Ow.
Right.
Oh,
Now let me
gosh.
ask you, the reason why I said, can I see him? How far away is he?
Mm-hmm.
Is this might be a discrepancy. Uncanny dodge. I don't know if this I don't know if this I don't know if this requires if this is melee or a spell, but if you can see,
Oh, God.
I mean,
I
hold on.
all I wanted to do is see if he started an
I
attack.
think you
or a
just need to
spell.
be able to see the thing you're trying to move out of the way of, Peter.
Right.
So I think if you can see the fireball coming at you,
I think so too, actually.
Yeah.
It's when you can see see.
Well, I already said
Yeah.
you looked over your shoulder. You saw it coming because
So you saw it.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So I'm using my reaction to take half damage.
there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
Way to
So-
go. There's hope.
As this fireball just consumes the space of this hallway and just splatters against you, you do your best to twist through the flames, trying to keep as many of them off of you as possible, just trusting in the force to move around here.
Jeez.
And you feel it eating away, burning your skin, singeing your hair,
my
and
God.
eating through your armor, and the smell of all that stuff burning in the air around you, and the sulfur surrounds you. It's
And
your
I'm holding
turn.
my breath
It's your turn. Yeah.
because there's probably no oxygen in that place.
All right.
So what is it? What's the damage?
It's half of what did I say? 31 with 32. I think 32.
Yeah.
Half.
So
half
what?
that.
16.
We'll say 16. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Did I hear 15?
No, it's
here,
16.
come on.
We round up.
16.
We round up.
You always,
All right.
I think you always round down in D&D, right?
No, we round up.
You do round down, but
No, we're rounding up.
that's okay. All right, we'll round up.
You're getting a lot of leeway here, buddy.
Oh, I don't
Hey,
want
man.
leeway. I just want truth. If Seville goes, he goes.
You have truth, man. If I gotta kill
Okay,
you, I gotta
good.
kill you.
All right.
We're
I
following the
agree,
rules so
buddy.
far.
I agree, buddy. I'm gonna slash your tires tonight, but that's all right.
I know.
I'm just gonna be
Brought
You're
this on
still alive,
yourself.
dude.
me and the chat are just gonna be like posting stuff from the PHB and like
I
holding
know.
it
I'm doing
against
my
you a
best to
little bit, Judd.
look all this up right as we go, but I think we're
All right.
good. We think we're raw so
No,
far.
we
No,
are good.
everything's been very good rules wise. I think.
Peter,
Yeah,
do
it's
you have
kosher.
Peter, do you have second chance too?
I wish I had what you have. No, we have a different build. No, I wish
No.
I had what you had.
No.
Okay.
If
I'm
he's
out.
down, he's down.
I'm
You're
out.
up.
I'm
You're up.
going. I'm getting the hell out of there. I'm going through and retracing my
Yes.
steps.
Tell me exactly what you're doing. You're just 100% retracing your steps?
Yeah. I mean, how else
He's
am I going to
running
get the fuck out of there?
away.
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
Gosh.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I have no idea. Let me see what. Well, I want to find out what I want to go through and try to go through the. Try to go through the darkness. Otherwise, I'm just going to take fireball after fireball.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you can go through the darkness, no problem. So another 120 feet. So I'm going to say, because, he's on your tail, but he has a flying speed of 60. And I'm going to say you go through that darkness and you are sprinting for everything that you have. You are running through that cavernous cave, blowing through those giant doors, making the corner, going down those stairs, finding your way all the way back, lighting those torches really quickly.
Yep, I
And
remember.
getting all the way back down to that final room. And
Trying my fucking ring the whole time.
yeah, nothing.
All right.
Okay.
He's just constantly like.
He's like, hey, anytime now would be great.
Okay.
All right.
It's like trying to start the ignition in a car when somebody's coming after you and it's cold
Yes.
and you just keep
All right.
trying it.
I'm going to say for the moment, you're out of initiative order and you're racing down all the way. You make it outside the statue. You run out. You just race back down that slope, past the columns, and boom, you hit that field. What are you doing?
I'm gonna look quickly for that freaking some kind of
Do
thing
an
with the
investigation
necklace.
check.
All right. Natural 20.
Quickly looking around frantically, you see, you guys looked before, nobody saw it. There's a little symbol right there carved in that last column off to your right. You quickly grab the necklace, put it on there. Vroom, the arch appears. You dash through it. As you see behind you, he has come over the wall and is heading straight down for you. You dashed through the archway. What are you doing?
Click.
Twist the ring and you appear in the room with everybody. Standing on your
Cheeky.
friends,
My
falling
goodness.
down.
Oh my
Fuck.
God.
You
And I'm-
cheeky
wait.
fuck.
I don't want
Well-
to wake anybody up.
You just
So
fell
I
over
just-
people. It's like
Okay.
wall-to-wall people in here.
Oh shit. I just want to kind of lay
I
down
just
and
sort
be
of like sit up and I'm like, did you learn anything?
No, I decided not to go. I just sat outside for a while and just realized I think I'll hang with you guys tonight. You were right in the start. I should have stayed. And
And Tabitha
Roll.
rolls over and like leaves, pats the little
Oh.
space next to her on the like bloody warm thing.
oh,
She's like, you can sleep next to me. Yeah.
thanks, Tubby. You're a gem.
So,
And
you're welcome.
Thanks, Foxy. And I take off my hat and I pat out the last of the embers.
Yeah.
What
That are
smells
burning
like
shit.
fire? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you
You all-
smell fire? I guess.
You,
it's
and you see he's heaving.
fireplace.
Oh
just
my God.
Something
Heaving,
must
like-
have fallen into that fireplace. I don't know.
I'll get
Yeah.
it. Don't worry. You left the embers hot. Let me push them back in. Sorry, one came out.
All right. Well, I'm glad you finally came to your senses.
Yeah.
Good
That
night,
was very
Seville.
smart, Seville. Honestly, you never would have made it out alive.
I know.
And,
And guys,
as-
before you go to bed, thanks for being my friends.
Wow.
Night, night. Love you.
No
Love you
problem.
too.
Glad.
Love you too,
Oh.
Foxy. Everybody, have sweet dreams. Have sweet dreams.
the
Just glad you
sweat-
came to your senses is all.
the
I
sweat
could
pouring down your
literally
face.
cry. That was so stressful, you guys.
And I remember Erisette when
Oh my God.
way back in Merrig when she said, "Is Seville's hand shaking?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "My hand doesn't shake. I'm an edge guard. I've been trained for this." As I lay there next to Tabby and I'm trying not to get too close to her so she doesn't feel my body, I'm a vibro machine.
Yeah. Yeah. You just got sweat pouring off of you. Your heart is racing.
And a hand just comes into frame, and I just Dagmar just hands you a big goblet of ale and just kind of nods at you,
Thanks.
knowing
I didn't have
maybe.
mine.
Yes.
See you in the
Oh
morning,
my
everybody.
Goodness.
Night, night.
And as you all once again drift off to sleep, the night takes you, and you have finally everything's calm. And Peter, you even blow through your 4 hours, taking extra rest to
Yeah.
recover from that. Erisette, you start stirring after 4 hours. It's another 3 hours from where you're at right now. But you all wake the next day, having had a long rest, and the sun is starting to come
Hallelujah.
through the
Hallelujah.
window, and it's another cold gray
Right.
day up here in the mountains.
And I have since in the middle of the night, just unbeknownst to myself, have grabbed Tabitha and am crushing her in a cuddle like it's
A crush
Like
cuddle.
like when I'm younger, holding on to a
Like a little
Linus,
levy. Yeah.
like his lovey or his blanket, and I
His
don't know I'm
lovey.
doing
All right,
it,
you're spooning. That's
but I'm
called
spooning big
Yeah.
time and like in a death grip, not to let go of her.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay.
All right. morning finds you. What do you all want to do?
Let's go back up to that city. We've got a good plan for this time.
I let out a big chuckle.
Good morning, Seville. You're quite close, it seems.
Sorry. I'm
It's
sorry,
all right.
Tabby.
It's all right. I'm glad you came to your senses,
Yeah,
came back, and you got your rest. Don't you feel better?
I feel fantastic, actually.
Great.
Really
I kinda
revived.
I sniffed the air a little bit. Does somebody smell something burnt?
Oh, geez.
Oh, it's the bone meat on the fire. Tevin.
Erisette, you noticed
Might have slept too close to
right
the fire.
away that all of Seville's clothes are all like singed. His like the exposed skin, like part of his beard is all like burned off. Like Seville doesn't realize he looks like shit right now.
Wait,
Seville?
my fake beard.
Wait, how long does that illusion last?
Oh no, the illusion's gone. But
Yeah.
remember, I've got like different beards in my
Oh.
collection.
Oh,
I'm
you're
really
weird.
clean
That's
shaven,
right.
so
That's
I
right. Well,
probably
the
have
fake beard, yeah,
different patches of my beard singed and smoking.
with
or
like some
something.
like glue running down. It's hardened
Yeah.
now.
spirit glue.
Seville,
Yeah.
Seville, you slept very roughly last night. I think you don't look right.
You know, Erisette, I got to tell you, I had some nightmares last night. I might have rolled into the embers of the fire or something like that. Gosh.
Hmm.
I think you did. You smell like fire
Yeah.
and goat.
Well, everybody needs their company. I'm sorry.
What
And I
happened
just
to
laughing off there.
Well, anyway, I
Anyway.
think we might want to discuss our plan of action here in Astley. I was thinking if there's a leader or a governor or, sort of overseer here, they might be a good person to free from the curse, first and foremost. Perhaps they then could organize the rest of the town together to be freed. What do you all think about this? I was
Yeah,
mulling this over.
I think
Certainly.
it's a great idea. And
Yeah.
Tabitha's
Well-
like kind of doing her morning stretches and trying to find. She's very perky this morning.
Jed, what was the name of the blacksmith?
Tevin's the blacksmith. The head of the town. Is that-
the name of the overseer of the town who was
Yeah,
also
that's
a
Kello.
blacksmith. I think.
He's not the
Kello.
blacksmith. He's the founder of the town. The statue is based on his early adventures here. He lives the next house over to the left, which is called the first house, which was literally the first house of the town.
I'd like to go and have a chat with him then.
And and Tevin, actually, Tevin is. We need to tell him that his wife was taken. I saw her die.
Well,
You-
that's-
But I don't know if we
terrible.
tell. I don't know how the enchantment works, but I think
Well,
we still remember. So why isn't it working on us now, again?
Hey,
What do you mean? Sorry.
I
Why
mean,
isn't-
Did you remove it, the thing in town? Because I still remember Makutha. I remember the city. Do you think it's not working anymore, or?
that might be a
Well,
possibility.
it could be, but I think I was
Hey, Gavin.
imagining it would be a lot easier to dig it up once we'd freed everyone who could do it and pitch in.
we can only check. I would say we tell him about his wife after we remove the curse, and then
Yes,
he
of
can make his
course.
decision.
Yes, of
and
course, I
and
agree.
Dagmara, you know that once it's removed, he will remember. It's like the knowledge
he's
is
been gone.
knowledge is there, but it's blocked.
And as I
But he
recall, a
doesn't
lot of
know-
it comes funneling back over time, like it did with them anyway.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that his wife is dead, though, does he?
It was a little different with Dagmara because of what had happened to her from the Edgeguard. But
Oh, okay. Well,
you,
nevertheless, yeah, I think we want to maybe go
all right,
talk with him. Yeah.
all right. And Geisel and his sister, you turn to the door, and Geisel and Hireta they're standing there, and we will take our leave now that we are rested and feeling better.
You're welcome to, although we very likely may be heading south as well, if you'd care to share the road.
I think we would rather scout ahead and join you at Pelkey.
Elkie,
Sure.
that's where you're going, and it's in the swamps, yeah?
It's on the edge of the swamp, yeah. And we'll stay
Okay.
there. We'll stay there for several weeks until we hear from you, or we'll come back and try to find you on the road. But
So then we hope to see you in Pelkey then.
indeed, I hope so as well. And thank you all. We owe you a debt we can probably never repay. But
Go and enjoy your freedom.
And I look at him and I say, you owe us nothing. You helped me find my loved one. We helped you find yours. The debt is squared. We'll see you soon.
our people think differently, but it is fine. We would be in your debt, and we will be happily so. We will see you in Pelkey, if you make
Alright.
it.
Oh, Geisel.
Ah,
Be
when we
careful.
make it.
I only mean if you come there, that's all. I know you'll make it. Safe travels to you all. And they
And you as well.
thank you. And they they make their way out and take off.
They're so cute.
Really cute.
They're small. I mean, it's the one thing, Tabitha, that makes you feel kind of tall, because they're smaller than you.
And I like imagine patting them on the head when I said like, and you as well too.
Their little wispy, fuzzy heads. You're like,
Yeah.
okay.
No.
Too.
And they basically skip away. Yeah. All
Well,
right.
shall we make our way to the first house?
Okay.
Let's do.
Sure.
So you all make your way down the stairs, and you cross a little street there, and you see there are a few people out and about. It's early. You smell some fresh baked bread from on the other side of the blacksmith is a little bakery, and you see some steam rising and some smoke from the chimney, and you see some activity in there. A few people are milling about. Again, it's not a very happy town. It's very dull, but that smells just as amazing because it's bread. As you head over to the first house, you can see that this house originally was much smaller and has been added to as the years have gone on to be this kind of mishmash of it's one of the larger buildings that you can see in all of Lucknow, but it's very kind of haphazardly kind of put together. And as you make your way to the front door, you go up a couple steps, and there's a solid dark wood door, and it's carved with some very kind of simple design and a big round black ring.
Yeah,
Well-
knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
Here we go.
After a moment, the door opens, and you see a towering man in front of you. Late 60s, beard, thick beard, just like, he may be in his late 60s, but he could take any of you. He's just like, he's a mountain man, solid muscle, square jaw, but there's a real kindness and a softness in his eyes. And, oh, Dagmara, it's good to see you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good to see you,
What
friend.
can I do for you and your new friends here?
Well, these travelers that have come into town that have happened to become friends with myself and Tevin, and we're wondering if
Tevin,
we could
didn't see
have
you.
a talk.
Of course, of course, of course. Come in.
Ah, thank you very
And
much.
Tabitha thinks this guy is like really handsome, and so she gets an idea and she kind of steps away and she goes to buy back to the bakery area,
Yep.
and she's buying a lot of bread.
Okay. All right. You go in,
Oh.
and you see this woman behind the counter, and she's got her hair is shaved on the sides, and she's got like a very strong build as well. And she's got this long hair that's pulled back into a ponytail. Be with you in a moment. Just taking some bread out. One moment. And she's putting all this like stack of bread. There's even some more intricate pastries you see with some like stone fruits and whatnot interlaced in there. And she puts this big thing down. Morning. Oh, don't know you. What can I get you?
Good morning. I would like to get as much bread as I can carry, and then also a lot of those pastries that look so good down there.
Ah, my type of customer, yes. Well, absolutely. Well, meaning no offense, you don't look like you can carry all that much.
Okay, no offense taken. I am quite small.
Let me see. I've got a basket though. Basket?
Great.
Basket. Okay. You look strong though, so let me see. So it takes a large basket off one of the shelves, and she puts 8 loaves of these kind of baguette looking, a little bit fatter than a baguette, but this kind of long ovally shape. And she puts eight of them in there and grabs 6 of the pastries that are ready and kind of jams them in. Okay, let's see. That's 2 gold for everything.
What a deal. Okay, so she's gonna pay 3 gold, and she says, "Keep the change."
Ah,
And then she shoves one of the pastries in her mouth immediately, and just like kind of carries it back to that guy's
all
house.
right, good, right? All right.
Oh,
Enjoy. Come back to Buff Tea's Bakery anytime. Thank you.
thank you.
And you kind of make your way over, trying to suck in. Halfling, though, that thing's gone in seconds, you know, like a seal. You get that thing down.
And
Wipe
then
it up.
before I re-knock on the door, I'm gonna take 2 of the pastries and put 1 in each of my bras, like on side of my boobs, to kind of like give myself a lift, and also keep a little extra for myself.
Yeah, a little bonus pastry for later. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So adjusting yourself, make sure no pastries poking through.
Multi-purpose.
Kinda
Multi-purpose.
Squish them
Purpose.
so they mold them, get them all right, and then okay, you're ready.
Okay, I knock on the door.
And you knock, goom, goom, goom. And Dagmara, you open it for Kello, and you see Tabitha before you, and she's carrying this basket of bread, and you're like, was she so kind of well endowed before? I didn't really notice. And Tabitha just kind of walks.
What knocker? Sorry, it's
I've
really
brought us
old.
It's not for me to say.
I brought us provisions. Okay.
Well, thank
There you
you.
go.
Dagmara, you're at the door if you want to say
yes,
anything.
yes, Tabby.
Oh, she's frozen.
Hello. This
Okay,
is
you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, so
Hello.
you.
This is our friend Tabitha.
Hello.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you. And
Well, it's
I do
very
a
nice.
elaborate bow.
Oh, wow, so fancy. Very nice to meet you as well. And wow, distributing bread this morning, I see. Oh,
I
it
just thought it'd be
smells
a nice gift.
smells amazing. Yes, bring please.
I'm
Oh, it's a
sort of-
gift.
you see me leaning up against the wall in the corner, and I'm sort of flicking a coin into the air and catching it, and I'm like, I really do hate to be a buzzkill, but
Well, let me get some. Let me get some butter. I think I have some still. And seats. Have seats. I just started the fire, and he disappears for a moment and brings out some.
and as he
like-
disappears for a second, I like look at you, and I'm like, he's in such a good mood. But nevertheless, needs to be done. Needs to be done.
It does.
Is this the one whose wife was killed?
Aha. Keep your
That's
voice
awkward.
down, will you?
That's awkward. That's very
Well, we don't know if you know. Anyway, look, we came here for a reason, right? And I like kind of look and get ready for like when he gets back, and I'm gonna use the coin to on his curse.
Okay. Yeah. And a moment
Ugh.
passes, and he comes out, and he's got like a wood block with just a hunk of butter and a hunting knife that's just been jammed in the top. And here you go. Puts it down on the table around all of you.
And I kind of lock eyes with him before I do it, and I'm like, my apologies, but this is very important.
What?
And I activate the
And-
coin.
And you see the confusion for a moment, and he just stares at you. And God, Clary. Oh my God. And he jumps up and he's like, What did you do? What's going on here? Where's Clary?
Callow.
And he looks and he grabs. He's got a broadsword nearby. He grabs this. What the hell is going on here?
And I just kind of stand in front of him. Callow, stop, please.
What have you done with her? They took her. Are you with them? Are they with you?
No,
Callow,
no.
No, Callow, we please have a seat and we'll explain.
We come in
Dagmara,
peace.
I'm not taking a fucking seat. Where is my wife? Tell me, or I will slay you all and go find her.
Callow,
Talk.
we come from the city
Listen,
where your wife
we've-
was taken
we-
to.
We've freed your mind of a curse. Really think about all the memories that were lost. We have fought against them, and it is us that have resolved ourselves to remove the veil and show you the truth. We want to help you. You must believe us.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
And he
Luckily,
is
that is me finally getting to roll at something that I'm good at. All right, I got 20.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And
Not natural, but 9 plus 11.
And this guy is quite terrifying, as
Okay.
he is just large with a huge sword standing there. But as you say that, and he seems like he's remembering and looking through his memories. The sword just clatters down to the ground. Tell me. I will gather. I will get her back.
I kind of go over and I try to ease like a hand to his shoulder. And I say, I know how difficult this must be, but let's have a seat. We have a plan that we'd like to share with you that will save all that we can so that no one else has to suffer as you have.
Well, make it fast. I have to put people together. I have to get my wife back.
And
And
I
so-
go on the.
yeah.
I flank him, and I outstretch my hand. I say, "Please give me your hand."
He does, and you could tell his hand is shaking.
And I take it and I put my other one over and I kneel next to him. And I try to steady him so that Otto can speak.
I kind of look over, nodding at Arasat and thank you.
Wait, Otto. And Tevin moves forward. Callow. I was there. They took me as well. Dagmara came. She met these people. They saved me. They saved Anne, who was taken, but no one else. Callow, I'm sorry. No one else made it.
I'm sorry, Callow. And I kind of take his hand as well, and because he's been kind of like a fatherly figure to me for a bit, and I just take his hand and kind of kiss the top of his hand, and really, really try to calm him.
He hadn't sat at this point, but you see his knees just give out, and he just kind of collapses in the chair, and just. I don't know what to believe. Are you? Is this real? This is true? They killed her? These fucking wizards, they killed her?
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, and that's what they are, okay? They are terribly evil. An evil that's unconscionable for anyone in their own mind. And that's what we're here to tell you. We have seen where they are. We have seen what they are about. They had cast a spell on this entire village. Otto, tell them.
Yes, they were all evil followers of a god of death, whose name you know, Fornuge. We plan to stop them, but first and foremost, we would like to free everyone here and Ashley of the curse. We figured that you, as their leader, could gather them together so that they may all know the truth and that we could organize together against him.
We will. We will march on them.
Kind of look over toward Dagmara like, oh, I guess that answers that question.
Yeah, and I'm just nodding.
Everybody here is under this, whatever this
Yes.
was, this forget my own wife.
Yes, Callow, I had forgotten about Tevin. I had no idea Tevin existed until about a week ago.
How do we remove it? How do we stop this? How do we
I
remove it
can.
now?
I can, if we can get them together. Or there's something else we could do, but I suggest doing this only after everyone's minds have been freed of the curse. We believe there is an artifact here in the center of town, that it must be dug up and it must be destroyed.
Where?
I kind of
The
look at
statue.
everybody else instead of answering.
They put something in my town?
The statue, yes.
In the statue? In my statue?
Yes.
Oh, is that a statue of you?
Yes. He stands again.
Sorry, Callow.
He's not shaking anymore. He starts moving about. He goes into the other room, comes out. He's putting on his armor.
Hell yeah.
He's
Look,
like, grabs his sword, puts it
what
in the
armor?
scabbard.
Chainmail or is it plate mail? What we talking?
It's plate.
Hell
Right
yeah,
on.
let's do this.
That's,
Wow.
That's very good armor.
Going to war.
And it's cool too, by the way. It's like it's not showy at all. It's rough but strong and tempered, and it's got the like embossed picture of a drake or dragon, some kind of
Yeah.
face on it, pushed out on this thing. Just
Nice.
this guy's fucking tough.
I imagine like
Oh.
a montage happening where like I'm like pacing around the room with him, and I'm like, yes, here in the town square, if everyone gathers together, I should be able to dispel a good many of them at once. And then like a parchment with like a map gets thrown on the table, like hastily drawn, and it's of the city. And we're like, we know that we can enter here, but there's far too many of them. If we march on them, well then, we'll have the fight of our lives in tow. Seville, he almost went back alone, the fool.
And then it cuts to Seville, and he's like
We all
shaking his head.
and Keller's not paying attention to you at all. He's
Oh,
like
dope.
he put in his sword in the scabbard. He's got daggers. He's got like he's got like 100 weapons on him, and he's got this big shield puts on his back, and he kicks the door open. He's like, I can get everybody here, and he
And then
walks
Abby
out
just eats another treat.
out of your bra.
Just like,
He's like, oh my God.
Your boobs,
We're gonna
piss your
fight.
boobs.
Yeah.
But first we destroy this fucking artifact. And then we march on that city and we kill every last fucking wizard up there. And he walks out and he goes, and you hear a moment later,
They don't even use horns. They
And
just
no.
They just
just
kill
like,
themselves.
on,
And a
on
moment-
pure,
as you guys
pure
follow,
core strength.
follow them out, you see Bofti come out of the bakery and she's looking at Kello, and all these people start emerging and start gathering. And as these calls echo through the city, spreading quickly and disturbingly as the people start to come out of
And
all the
Otto's
buildings.
kind of watching it, and he's like, "My vision, I knew it."
And Kello looks back over at you. It's like, we're doing this. And as he moves toward the statue, we're going to leave it there tonight.
A little tear rolls off of
Yay.
Dagmara's face.
Yes. As
Yeah.
we hear the echoes of O Fortuna from Carmina Burana
Yeah.
and
Dun,
playing in the
dun,
background.
dun,
Da, da,
dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it is. This guy does not fuck around, but
The
when he does,
Slavic
he
people
doesn't
have
fuck around.
risen.
Tune in next time. Will it be war?
Yeah, will it be war or will they flee?
Oh,
I'm getting
yeah.
a very Game of Thrones vibe with the,
It is.
the castle, the white the Black Watch.
The
Castle?
White
Was it-
Walkers.
What was
They
it?
kind of
Oh, no,
remind me.
the
They
Black-
kind of
Night
remind
Watch.
me of
The
like
Night Watch.
the.
Castle
Yeah.
Black.
They
Castle
remind me a
Black.
bit of the northern culture. a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit.
this is
Yes.
more like this is the North remembers.
Yeah, this is
This
Stark.
This is the king of the
people
North right here. It's just
Yeah, this
smaller
is some Stark
scale.
people.
Yeah, definitely.
Love it.
Well,
Wow, everybody.
Good fun
Okay,
as always.
so we almost killed Seville. You lucky
Oh,
motherfucker.
shit.
Oh, that
You-
was so bad.
So close, so close.
yeah,
You
Fuck,
know,
that was
could-
crazy.
I could see the bloodlust starting to set in Judd's eyes, even through
Yeah,
the computer screen.
he
And
liked
he
it.
knew
Yeah,
it
I have been freaking out because
was like
you
a
know,
shark who
I
who
knew
had blood.
Peter was going to go back there, and I'm like, how's he going to do this? I'm like, well, maybe he'll take the skull with him and put it inside the barrier, but closer
Nope.
to nope. And then I was like, oh fuck. Well, I'm like, well, maybe the wizard's not. Nope, the wizard's there. That just happens.
That was not fun at all to see that wizard there. I was like, motherfucker. Excuse my
was like-
language, but yeah.
Oh man, I was actually really shitting bricks there. I thought
I
thought you were
was
dead.
too. I'm definitely not making another character, so I was like, I don't know what I was gonna do. The only thing it's like if I don't get out of this room,
It would have
don't
been bye
Well,
bye.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever would have happened would not have been good.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I could
yeah,
tell. That. We
shit.
could tell.
Yeah, that was my only hope, was just fake that I was. I thought Balak was a good play. That son of a
It
bitch.
was. I forgot
It was good
that
thinking.
even happened.
It was good thinking.
And then going mute, so I didn't have to really talk
Well,
too much.
but I love the idea
Yeah.
of going mute, but then you ended up talking the whole time.
Oh well, he wasn't having that. He couldn't understand, so he's like,
He's
write
like,
it
write
down.
it down.
Yeah, I know. And then I had to try to force it out like, yeah, that was.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, you
God.
guys.
It was
I
fun
thought
though.
for sure you're not coming back. I totally did not think.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
know
was
what?
like-
Through that.
Yeah.
Well, you
that-
don't know. You don't know what
what
would
was
have
the-
happened. It's the city of
so-
wonders.
And
yeah,
it's
so-
fun to keep in mind that you've lied to us and we don't even know how close to death
I
you
know.
are.
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
love
mean,
that.
yeah,
And we're not gonna
nobody-
tease him forever
Nobody
about
asked to
it.
say if I believe this guy, because I would have been like, roll deception check at disadvantage, because you're literally like half singed. It's like you rolled into the fire, even
Yeah,
though
but they were half
Tabitha,
asleep.
even though
I know.
Tabitha was next to the
Fire!
fire.
Yeah, and we all thought it was so preposterous anyway that we really didn't want him to go, so that
Yeah.
when he tells us what we
No.
want to believe, you know how people are. They believe what they want to believe.
You're like, yeah, sure, it's fine.
Oh
Back,
my
They're like,
God.
oh, good.
I think I'm still shaking a little bit. That wasn't a that was some,
It was
That was-
gnarly.
that was
Definitely
gnarly.
gnarly.
Well, all right, you all. Okay, so first of all, to
Yeah.
our lovely, beautiful people out there, thank you. I know our thing was going off the whole night with subscriptions and follows. We just love you so much. Thank you for spending your time with us, playing the best game ever. We love D&D. This is a blast.
It's a
We
great
love
game.
you all. If you
Right.
haven't already, make sure you jump on that contest because it is a hell of a prize package.
Oh
One
yeah.
more time,
Sure.
$100 of Dwarven Forge. Dwarven Forge.
The
and
nicest
here,
stuff.
Yes.
and here we have a new
Thank
follow.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
you, SJ
you.
Jackson. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it was Samuel Jackson. Samuel, come
Oh
on.
my god.
It was
Samuel.
Cobb.
Banff himself. And another follow, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry
Jerry.
Seinfeld's back in the house. I love your new Netflix.
Gosh, this is a big celeb night for us.
It really
Oh.
well. Yeah,
This is
seriously. Thank you.
Jerry
Yeah,
Seinfeld and Samuel Jackson.
we're
in one
big. We're
night.
big in Hollywood. So
I didn't
you
know
know.
actors
Wow.
were so into D&D.
Oh, but
Yeah.
actually,
Johnson
side note,
Wolfenbeck.
a ton of actors are actually
They
into
really
D&D. Yeah, they
Yeah,
really are.
They truly are.
Yeah, I
They're-
mean, yeah.
It's actually kind of shocking.
Snakes on the mother plane.
That's
Do you know
right.
who else is really into D&D? It's writers.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah,
of
a
writers.
lot of writers.
Oh, the
that are
We'll
Game
see.
of
writers
Thrones
now.
writers.
There are
played
three right. No,
D&D when they were
four.
kids.
Because
Yeah.
Gabriella's a
Yeah.
writer. No, five. Maddie's a writer too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So literally,
Joe Manganiello has a D&D game in LA where one of the guys from
Really?
Game of Thrones, the
Yeah, he's-
showrunners, plays in it,
Yeah.
and like a
Yeah.
bunch of other like actors are in it as well. It's
yeah. And
apparently-
I think Chris Pratt was one who said he wants to get a D&D game with all the Avengers together.
That's
That would be
awesome.
cool.
I mean, come on.
Fun.
D&D's best game ever. If you're not playing D&D, start playing. If you
Yeah, give it
need
a
any
try.
help with getting it together, please reach out to us and we will do everything we
Yeah.
can to get you set up. So again, $100 Dwarven Forge, $100 D&D Beyond, $100 Level Up Dice. That's a lot of stuff to get you going.
Yeah.
And a Paint a Mini by Peter, a subscription to our channel, and you can, just put it out there that you won this massive package. So thank you all. Thank you for everything. We will see you next week. Thank you for letting us make your Mondays a hell of a lot better. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.